What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Finn's Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan. And today, guys, we're going to be going over a couple of things on the tailgate party that never stops. Got Color hanging in the back. I'll bring him in here in a minute. I also, guys, I'm going to run the video. I don't know if everybody's seen it. Chris Greer, Coach Mike McDaniel, they had an interview today with what's his name from the Drive Time podcast, Travis, and it was a great interview. A lot of good stuff. They talked about a lot of collaboration, a lot of things how they're going to start looking at free agency. I heard some really good things in there, and it's good. You know what? The more Mike McDaniel comes out, he was at that charity event with the bikes and stuff like that, meeting people. Big E going to be coming on the show here real soon. I'm going to talk to him all about meeting Mike McDaniel and the event the Miami Dolphins had with the bike run. Also, I'm going to be working on getting somebody else coming on the show here soon right after that. But, guys, in the meantime, make sure you're checking out all the great content. Tomorrow we got Tonk TMI Tuesday with Tonk 7 at 9 with Color on there with him. Right after that, we got Mike on the mic with Open Mic at 10. And then you guys can also catch Mike on the mic on Saturdays at 10 as well. Thursdays, you got late night color commentary coming at you live at 10. And guys, you can catch me on Wednesdays, Fridays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays, and definitely Mondays. You can catch El Capitan at the Finn's Tailgate. Help support the show at the Cash App and Venmo. The Finn's Tailgate helps out, guys. Really appreciate it. So what's happening, y'all? What's up, MC, Joe, Lucky, CT? What's happening, man? Everybody in here early. Thanks, guys, for getting in. So has everybody, what's happening, Sean? Has everybody seen the Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel interview? Oh, no problem, Joe. Got you, my dog. What's happening, Alex? What's happening, my brother? You know what, guys? I have a couple things I want to look at. There's a couple of free agent targets I think we'd be wise to go after. You did watch it earlier, Joe. That's good. MC, you seen it. So I am going to watch it again. I know Color hasn't seen it when he gets settled all in. Yeah, no problem, Lucky. I've been handing out mods, guys. I'm happy. There's a lot of you guys have been riding with us for a long time. So I handed out some mods. If anyone's interested in getting in the mods after the video, hit the link, get in the comment section. Let me know you want to be a mod. Also, guys, reach out to me on Twitter and make sure to connect with me through DMs so we can communicate and stuff like that. It's the Finn's Tailgate everywhere, El Capitan. If you guys are watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, please do me the favor. Come over, subscribe over here at YouTube. We're getting close to 700, guys. I think we're like 19, 20 away from 700. When we get to 750, I'm going to give away some hats. When we get to 1,000, we're going to do a big time Fanatics giveaway. I'm going to find something really badass on Fanatics. And through the Fanatics, we will Cap. If you want to wrench, bro, you got to do a comment after the video and hit that you want to be a mod. That's the only way I can do it is through there. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to be picking out something here real soon in the next few weeks on Fanatics to buy. It's going to be something pretty special. It's probably going to be either a jersey or maybe a jacket or a hoodie or something cool like that I'll send. We'll do a drawing giveaway. We'll do the wheel spinny thing. We'll pick somebody out of random that will win it and I'll mail it to you. So we'll have it. It'll be awesome, guys. You know what I'm saying? CT, you too, dog. You want to get in the comment section? I'll hook you up too, bro. You know what it is. So, all right, guys. Let's see real quick. There's a couple of rumors that are going around that the Dolphins are looking to potentially franchise tag Mike Gesicki. I'm sure everyone's heard this. They're going to try to hit him with the $11 million a year. It's also OJ Howard or Njoku, I think, is another player that's looking at getting franchise tagged. There's some franchise tags going around in the tight end world. I don't see how. What's up, Todd? You got the card? Nice, Todd. Good to hear it, man. I'm waiting to hear back on whether the hat got sent to the guy who won something on Doug Lee Durong's show. Shout out, Doug. I'll have to get with Doug on Twitter and make sure when when it gets there and stuff like that. Anyhow, Mike Gesicki gets hit with that franchise tag. It'll be around 11 mil. I don't see why he wouldn't sign it, but if he does sign that franchise tag, you're going to see him try his best to ball out. But I also think if they sign him to that franchise tag, that he is still a trade prospect. So look out. I don't think just because he signs that franchise tag that doesn't mean that they won't trade him. So there's a good chance that I still think he's a tradable asset. And I also get into that because I think there's a tradable asset out there that I would like. Somebody we should look at as a potential trade target. And I've kind of been thinking about this guy for a little bit. Haven't really said it too much, but it would make sense. You know, we can't get Deebo Samuel over here, but we could get Brandon Ayuk over here. Brandon Ayuk did really good for them. He's not a number one wide receiver, but he does great in that San Fran offense. We're going to need to hopefully get someone that runs this offense. We got Rivercraft, I think his name is. I can't ever remember his name. It's like Craycraft. That's what it is. River Craycraft. I always want to call him Rivercraft because it's like, I don't know, some of you take down a river in a craft, whatever. Anyhow, I think, and Joe, honestly, that Ogba signing for 2 or 3 years, I think that comes if Gesicki signs the franchise tag. I think if Gesicki signs that franchise tag at $11 million, it's bought, paid for, and done and over with as a I wouldn't call it contingency because Gesicki's a damn good weapon. And if Mike McDaniel thinks, hey, I can make something out of this guy, actually, more importantly, if Embry thinks he can make something out of this guy, then I'm all game. Keep him here, franchise tag him, let him ball out, and then trade him in the middle of the year and get something good for him. That's what they should do. I know Chris Greer looking at it like, yeah, this guy ain't no big time. You know what I'm saying? I know, CT, I'm floating down the river right now, boy. So, but yeah, Brandon Ayuk is somebody I think would do really good on this offense. Great weapon for Tua. He does really good with those short and intermediate routes. He's got great route running ability, puts his foot in the ground and gets diagonal real quick, gets great separation inside the box, giving Tua a target to throw at, which Tua likes to throw balls that are open, not ones. Even though I did see a stat the other day that Tua threw more balls, like tight window balls. I think it was like 31.8% or something like that. So what's up, Q? What's going on, my man? You think San Fran would ask too much for him because he's still on a rookie contract? He's actually, I don't think he is on a rookie contract, if I recall correctly. I think I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I think he's on. You might be right. I'll have to look at it. I think he's got dead cap too, but I think they need cap money. So there's a chance here we can relieve some cap, give him something back, maybe a mid-round pick and something. I don't know. Let's make it happen. I just want Brandon Ayuk on this team. I think there's a way to make it happen. We got tradable assets. If they're going to go in on Tua, they need to build this offense. And if building this offense means going and getting guys like Brandon Ayuk for Tua to do good, make the shit happen. Because I don't want to hear no excuses. Yes, guys, please hit that like button, John. Thank you, my brother. I'm going to bring Color in. Color, you ready to come in, my dog? What's going on, my man?
What's up, man?
Nothing, brother. So I'm going to start this video here in just a minute. But what do you think about Brandon Ayuk coming on this football team? Would that be a good?
Not bad. He's kind of like, he's like your Gabriel Davis type, I think. Good wide receiver too. Could be a one on most squads.
Another guy I'd like to see them target, and these are guys I want to see him go after. There's a lot of teams also in free agency that are, trying to relieve cap or trying to do different things. And a team I look at that's always doing different things is Houston. And I would love that Brandon Cooks they got hanging out over there. Boy, that would be a nice one.
Yeah, And, and the thing about Brandon Cooks that I've noticed is no matter where he's been,
he's always been productive outside of
no matter injured. How, every time he touches the ball. So he's consistently
when he works and on the field, he is productive. His
on a good team, he was fine with sharing roles. On a bad team, he's fine with being their best producing wide receiver. You know what I mean? And he does it every week, even on a 4-12 team, so Brandon Cooks still has. I think he still has a lot of gas left in him,
I think so too,
and
especially if you
wants to
could
do
bring him in
something great
here.
with his career. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm thinking too, especially because you could bring him here and he could be an asset as a facilitation offense. And that's something I think Dolphins fans are going to have to realize around here. And there's talk about Tua getting padded numbers and stuff like that, and that's going to be true. I mean, when you get 2-yard passes because it's scheme, because everyone's going this way and the crackback goes the other way, and Tua rolls out from a handoff and hits a guy on the other side, and he's running home free. Nobody's there to stop him. So there's a lot of good scheme fit that comes here, and when you have this type of offense, players want to come play for it because they know, hey, I'm going to get numbers. When you give them a contract that's incentive based, they know, hey, I'm going to get my catches. I'm going to hit my bonuses. There's going to be lots of opportunity for me to get the ball in my hands and do things that I want to do. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult as far as finding good weapons in free agency and also to trade for that I won't be displeased by being on the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we've had plenty of guys come here in free agency and they're on the South Florida retirement plan. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna play my games, I'm gonna start, but I'm not out here, risking my biscuit. I'm trying to get this money and retire. I'll be 35 years old. It's done for me now. You know what I'm saying? I think guys like Brandon Ayuk would be a trade target I would like to go after. Another one would be, like I said, Brandon Cooks. There's a third guy. I had written it down. Let me see if I can find it.
Crowder, possibly.
Well, Crowder's going to – no, these aren't free agent. These are guys that we would have to trade for.
Oh, right.
These are guys under contract. Right. There was somebody else. Oh, I remember. It was Alvin Kamara. Now, I know Alvin Kamara has legal issues right now, but depending
who doesn't in Miami, right?
Let's go real. I mean, even if he's suspended half the year, you could get him at a discount. And yes, Cap, Ridley is somebody everybody talks about.
Imagine if we had our number one running back and our number one quarterback. We're like sitting for half the year,
waiting for him to get out of the pokey.
It's like, our championship run is suspended for right now.
Yeah. We'll see you guys in 2024. So, all right, we're waiting for our superstars to get out the pokey. Anyhow, I would like, if they're going to go after players that are on other teams for trades, and I get it. Ridley is a big weapon people want to get, but Ridley to me is going to take a 2, probably contingent to a 1. And I'm okay with that in some retrospects, but I'd rather keep my first round draft picks unless I'm bundling it all together and going for gold. But these are guys that I think we can get away with relieving cap for players or for teams, and or giving them a couple of mid-round picks. You can give them like a second and like a next year 4th or something like that. You can make moves. Chris Greer is very savvy, dude. Watch out. Chris Greer is good at his job, as we all know. Yes, Cap. Tony Pollard. I like him too. I think you can get him. Dallas Cowboys are going to be in a predicament with Tony Pollard's contract coming up next year. They might want to offload him and get what they can because they've already got Zeke, or are they going to trade Zeke? I doubt they'll trade Zeke. So, because Zeke
and by the way,
if we could take Zeke for a second rounder, I would take Zeke for a second rounder today because he can block like a son of a bitch back there. He can block like a son.
Ali's question, the reason I pump Crowder so hard is because he's the right price, and as far as his production value, it's really good.
He's like Brandon Cooks light. Crowder is like Brandon Cooks and Lynn Bowden. He's a perfect weapon for this offense. He would make a lot of sense in this offense.
I'm all about getting guys that produce even when they're on bad teams. It shows that they like the game.
If we get Ridley, we can run into another Brandon Marshall situation. You know what, Alex? I kind of said that. Was it you or I that said that like a few days ago, that could be a potential thing where, last time we brought in a free agent that was having mental problems with Brandon Marshall, but we didn't even know. He was just blowing up on people. He seems like he's got it well maintained now. I see him these days. He looks like he's very good. And I like that he gets real open with mental health, especially for athletes and this is what I always say, guys, it's not just the physicality of this football game. When you're sitting there and all these people are looking down on you, that's a whole new pressure in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real deal pressure sitting on top of you. So,
well, they're all on drugs, man.
Well, I mean, most of them, they're going to have to be, I don't know. I think a lot of them are cleaner than you'd think these days, but they ain't like they used to be where they were partying. And even then, the pressure's different. You know what I'm saying? From the 90s to now, like, it's a worldwide stage that's coming to this team. Like, people all over the world watch football now. It's a different feel. It really is. Let's see. So,
and by the way, CT, it's an original dry fit Nike shirt from back in that era, and as you can see, the decal is starting to get a little crackly here in the white. I'm probably gonna end up sealing it with some polyurethane and retiring it to a case or something while the color still halfway looks decent and the threads aren't all worn.
Truth. So I had mentioned a little bit of free agent look at for the Dolphins. So happening, Trucker Sean, 1981. What's going on, brother? Little bit of free agent targeting. And listen, guys, the draft's coming up. There's gonna be lots of rumors, lots of stuff. We can delve deeper on what we think the team is looking at. Just in a broader spectrum, we can only. Listen, Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer haven't even worked together that long. They're just still figuring each other out. And I'm going to play that video so you guys can see from Travis Wingfield here in a little bit, and we'll dissect that a little bit. But there is draft targets that I think they should look at. There is free agent targets I think they should look at. We'll start going over a little today. But before we do, Color, what do you think? Do you think we should show that video, or should I go over a couple of these unrestricted free agent targets these guys should go after? What do you think?
Well, which did you list? Which did you enumerate first in your opening monologue?
Oh man, you're talking a lifetime ago.
Oh, that was 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
That's a lifetime ago, bro. I don't even remember.
You always go first with what you mentioned last. That's how they do it,
Yeah, this ain't CNN, bro. This is TFTG. So kind of goes which way it goes, don't it?
Whatever rolls out of the tailgate, right?
Listen, bro, it's a tailgate party that never stops. We can change directions at any given moment. Start talking heat, start talking, Ukraine's fighting off the Russians. Watch out. Go anywhere at this point. But all right, I'll tell you what. Let's talk a little bit about these unrestricted free agents that the Dolphins should look at. And I think a good under the radar guy, and I mentioned this I think Mike mentioned it too, is the guy from Chicago, James Daniels. I think he could be a fit. They do zone blocking up there. I just worry about cold weather cats. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about this before. Let's try to get a guy that's not a dome guy and a cold weather guy, because man, oh man, bro, it's gonna be. I don't think I don't think everybody realizes the absolute pressure this is gonna put on the offensive line. This outside zone blocking scheme, it's fine by me. I think guys like Austin Jackson, outside of his false starts and when he holds and gets out of position and gets flags and all those other things, when he's running it right, he gonna look pretty decent in it. He gonna be mowing bitches down. Because really the ideology of the offense is to get your offensive line either moving the way you wish to go to the ball, or moving the way you wish the defense to go, because you're going to go the ball the other direction. And once you dictate that and you have them kind of where you want them, then you put one over their heads, or you find a matchup you've been exposing all day and get a double move and beat them over the top.
Or you
But
do what Buffalo did and you send the running back on a fly route down the sideline for a 60-yard bomb.
yes, exactly. You know, get a Reggie McKenzie, who I think is I think he's a free agent, bro. I'm pretty sure you're right about that. But they're gonna need this offensive line to get in order. Now I did look at a CBS mock draft, just a little bit of playing around. And they had us, oh man, why did it do that, bro? It took me back to the top of the page like I want to do this again. Goodness gracious. They had us taking Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa. I don't like that pick. I hope we don't take him. He's not the guy. I would rather take the guy that the Bengals take out of Central Michigan, Bernard Raymond. So, or Bernhard Raymond. Sorry. I would rather take him out of the two. He's more of the, not just, you need, man, guys like Liam Eichenberg. You need guys that got wheels, bro. You don't need a 6'7", 330.
I would just draft all of Georgia Tech's offensive line. That's all I would do.
I don't know. I'm looking at. I expect one of those Boston College guys to be here. Honestly,
who else runs a triple option like that? You know, how about Air Force? Let's go. Let's get half of Air Force's offensive line and half of Georgia Tech's.
Navy runs it too. Duke runs it sometimes. So University, Zion Johnson.
August, how you been?
Zion Johnson is the top-rated Boston College guy coming out. He's actually 11th on the list. He's 314 pounds and 6'3". That's a big boy.
Man.
That's a big boy, dude. So I don't know. We gotta. That's for the draft. Trying not to look too much in the draft just yet because I like to take my time and actually go look at all these guys, look at their film.
Yeah, and everybody's perspective can entirely change with one free agency move.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't want to get too far ahead of it. And I don't like how, you know, some people are demanding that I get bogged down in statistics. Like I need to make all my life about numbers and statistics. No. I don't do that. I don't live on statistics. This is the Fins Tailgate, bro. We don't bog ourselves down in numbers all the time. Don't get me wrong. Numbers are a tool like anything else. Even fantasy is a
What's
good
up,
tool.
Gio? How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on, Gio, my brother? What's going on? You know, I think a good way to go about it is to actually take your time. You got to comb through some of it. You got to know what you're looking at when it comes to who's running what type of offense. And even beyond that, even say for like an air raid type offense and they're just cocking back and doing pass blocking and stuff like that, they still got to run the ball. So you might want to look and see where someone on even a team we're not thinking about. That's where I'm going to look at my running backs, because although everybody wants the Dolphins to pick a first-round running back, I got to say, guys, I really don't see that happening. Maybe with the second pick, but I don't see that happening either, because I think it's what, 50? Pick 50 is our second pick, if I recall correctly. Do you know, Color?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's not
it
where
would be the
it's really not where you pick a running back. I think the third round might be where we go to run. You know what I was looking at? I'm looking at that kid from what's it called? The Gators.
Gators.
Where? Gators. Yeah. I'm looking at him. That's a little bit of film I want to go over. He's projected to go mid-round, something like that. Maybe we could get him in the third round. Maybe he'd be productive.
Yeah, good luck. This guy, that guy Mauricio I was telling you about that came into my stream late at night. He brought up a guy named Tyler Algiers. Algieri.
Yeah, that's the top. I think he's one of the top. He's the top center.
No, he's a running back, I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of where the hell is he? I'm trying to look at it right now.
So I did a quick look up.
Tyler Lindenbaum. That's what I was thinking of.
Right. So I did a quick look up and played some video on the stream for it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those guys you could pick up late and everybody Wonders where you got them from.
Oh shoot, bro. I think we've got some TFTG hats coming out here real soon if I'm reading this correctly. Everybody from HB in the back sent me a link. Hold on, let me show you guys. Check that out.
Sweet.
How's that look? Dope, right? I'm gonna get some of those TFTG hats for the boys, dude. What you mean? You guys check out that TFTG hat coming out. Look at that. I'll be giving some of those away. Maybe when we hit 1,000, I'll have some of those to give away. Damn, that hat looks sharp. I like it. Let's see. She looks great, Chris. Hey man, I'm trying to sell products around here. Make sure to hit the link for Fanatics, guys. Best sports apparel. You guys can get your t-shirts, your jerseys, your everything, guys. Everything's in there.
Yep. I actually, just so you know, Chris, I used the link myself today and bought myself a birthday gift.
Nice. Happy birthday, Color.
Gifts.
All y'all need to buy. Everybody go and hit the link and buy Fanatics gear for Color for his birthday. What's wrong with you guys? Go do that for Color right now. It's his birthday. Nobody said happy birthday to him.
I know, right?
Bought no stuff. What the hell, Color?
I mean, I know Twitter and Facebook is probably telling everybody it's my birthday. So what the hell, man?
Yep, exactly, dude. What a bunch of, man, you know what? What kind of tailgate party is
by
this?
The way,
nobody brought their own booze or nothing.
Bet US and a couple other of my favorite bookie sites said happy birthday and gave me a gift. So, you know, that's always nice.
Word. CT says happy birthday. Ollie Da. Everybody's saying happy birthday now, Color. They should be saying happy birthday on that Fanatics click. Anyhow,
buy it for yourself, but buy it in honor of my birthday and use the link in the description.
Make sure to let us know what you guys get
too, because and they got 2 of jerseys.
Yep, they do. But this link is going to be in the description next to get the TFTG hats, guys. So I'll be sure to get me and the boys a couple of TFTG hats. I'll send them to you guys to check it out. We'll give some away. Been waiting for those hats come around. I knew HB was working hard at it, bro. So.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the.
But HB's kids in the back got the same birthday.
Oh yeah, everybody's got one either on the day or in February.
Listen, man, my boy Mike's birthday is today too. Bunch of mofos on leap year. What's wrong with y'all?
Almost.
It's crazy.
I was in 77, so there was no 29th that year. I wasn't in danger.
How about you keep that 20? Nah. Don't try to get out of that bet now, Gio. We'll wait and see come week 1, bro. We'll see week 1 who owes that 20.
Oh, does Gio have sources we don't know about that's giving him some indications? What's going on there, man?
Tell me the Deshaun Watson rumors are dead. Mike Florio would disagree.
No, he saw the same thing about the video about Rodgers I saw today. These guys talking about Rodgers being a.
You know what, Ali Da? I think I said this last week. Christian Kirk, I would love to go after Christian Kirk. I think him, Brandon Cooks.
Kirk is a very, very stout, strong wide receiver. I like him a lot.
All those types of wide receivers are the types of wide receivers we need in this offense. We don't need 50-50 ball guys. I mean, do we? Yes, but that ain't – listen, it's all crossing routes. It's all button hooks. It's all zip behind, misdirection, laterally. You want this defense by the third quarter sucking wind. And you're going to need fast guys like Kirk, Cooks, Waddle, dudes that can shake and bake, in between the tackles. Because really, you want to stack the line with tight ends. It's the tight end that's the key to this offense, really, because that guy creates the mismatch where you're sitting in, a heavy set, strong sided line with, 3 guys and a tight end offset. And you have a running back and a tight wide receiver on the other side. So it looks like a bunch formation, but really that wide receiver is running probably a route to the outside, like a skinny post to the outside. So, and then the tight end, you think he's there blocking, but he's not, or maybe he is. It doesn't matter. He can crack back to the other side. If the whole offensive line gets to the right, it can crack back to the other side. And this same formation that you've been running where the tight end's been blocking the whole time, Now you get within 5 yards, and it's a little shovel pass right out to the tight end coming across up to the middle of the gut because he came back the other side. And he thought it was going to Waddle because Waddle was coming right because he already ran that play earlier on that series. That's how this will work. It's a lot of misdirection. I think Tua is the perfect quarterback for this type of offense as far as what he's able to do, facilitating the ball, taking advantage of them with the long ball. We'll wait and see. We'll see how that works. I think it all comes down to a mentality and a mental game with Tua at this point. But we'll see, All right, Color, what do you say? Let's play this video. Then we'll get on to, because it's kind of what they're talking about. They're talking about free agency. They're talking about the draft. They're talking about collaboration between Chris Greer and the head coach, which is something that I think we can all agree is not only super, super important, but I mean, bro, they got to work better together than the last head coach and Chris Greer, because whatever happened at the end there didn't work out. And, I always kind of wondered too, because me, Color, I've always liked Chris Greer. How come all these coaches weren't hired during the Flores administration? And so I also think, maybe it gives some credence that Flores was either A, unwilling to work with others, or B, others were unwilling to work with him. Now, granted, who wants to sign on a team that's tanking?
Or C, our quarterback just is terrible.
Well, that's just it. Listen, either way, Color, they're still coming here with this quarterback on the roster. So, and again, I think, and I said this a little bit earlier, I think it's more of a facilitating offense. It's not so much it's targets in zoned areas. You want to force this team into zone because they got to bring extra guys up in the box because you're running the ball. If not, you're gonna put more blockers as men in the box to force them to get into a zone scheme with the wide receivers so they can keep enough guys to stop the run. Once you do that, it's a pitch and catch game with the soft parts of the zone. Once they tighten the zone, then you go over their head. It's a very simple method. It's just, can you get everyone to do it right? It's like a ballet. You have to have everyone shift and shift. And then if someone takes the step and they're supposed to pull and come back across the other side as the lead blocker, if they don't and someone else thinks they're supposed to go the other way, the guards get mixed up, you have a epic failure on your hand. But it really comes down to the offensive line, and that's what they've put the most emphasis in on this team up to this point with the coaching staff. So I don't think they're going to draft an offensive lineman. I think they're going to go and get at least 2 free agents. And one of those could be somebody they trade for, because they're going to need somebody that can do what they need to be done and show the young guys they've got now with promise. You've got, what's his name, Roberts, that played a little bit of right tackle. I think he has good promise. So let's watch this video, and then we'll go over some things. I hope I don't get flagged for this. I don't see why I would.
It's instructional purposes.
Yeah. I ain't making no money on this shit anyhow. What happened?
What's up, Dolphins? Travis Wingfield here, the host of the Drive Time podcast on the Miami Dolphins Podcast Network, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by head coach of the Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, general manager Chris Greer. Guys, welcome in.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to have you into the living room set here. Mike, your second time back with me here. And you guys have worked together for about a month or so now. How is the process of kind of the melding of the minds played out as you prepare for both free agency and the draft?
So,
just like that. It's been a real cool process, to be honest, because there's a part of Chris's process that I can identify with, that I kind of want for me as a head coach, and being deliberate in everything you do. He's very patient in how he goes through his process, and that's something that going into this job, that was a big deal for me in terms of how I wanted to approach it. It's been very fulfilling, but also challenging to keep up with this guy. He's a lot later night guy than I am, so he burns me out, but I let him carry the conversation when we get towards about this time to 10 p.m.
I have to imagine you reciprocate some of those feelings through the interview process and now working alongside Coach.
Yeah, and he's a lot earlier in the morning than I am too, so so it balances. And but no, it's been fun with the coaching staff that Mike's put together. All the coaches have been fantastic in terms of getting us going, and in terms of free agency, the draft, preparing for the combine here. Working with Mike, like you said, the conversation we're having today about just the process when you gather the information, putting it all together. And I've learned things from him too as well. So this is not just, one way of doing it. There's always ways that you try and learn from other people and different ways of doing things from his experiences, with other teams have been successful. And so it's been a really good process so far.
Have those conversations you guys have had come up in some film sessions you've had together? And if you've watched film together, current Dolphins players, free agent prospects, draft prospects, what have you guys kind of learned from each other in that process?
I would say, like the other day with the scouts, Mike has prepared a tape of what he's looking for at, the running back position. And it was a great teaching moment, for us. And the offensive coaching staff came in and sat and listened.
So that was kind of one of the more important parts I wanted to talk about right there, is the only position group they really emphasized in this whole thing was the running back room. So I'm going to let the video go.
Hold on. Chris DeLongis has to come around more often.
Why, what did he say? What did he say? Damn, Chris DeLongis freaking putting him in the dirt, boy. Putting him in the dirt. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit, because one of the only things they really talk about with any detail is how they talk about, damn, dude, right on them too.
For each other in that process.
I would say, like the other day with the scouts, Mike has prepared a tape of what he's looking for at, the running back position. And it was a great teaching moment, for us. And
that doesn't bode well for the running backs in the room, guys, is that Mike has a tape of running backs he wants and what kind of running backs he wants. So expect some free agent pickups. We're going to go over a couple where I have some ideas on, but I'm going to let the video continue.
Offensive coaching staff came in and sat and listened. So a very good visual opportunity for all the scouts and coaches to be in the one room talking about, what we're looking for at the position, and, the things that, Mike has had success in finding players at San Francisco. I know our scouts would really appreciate it, 'cause I know a couple of them reached out to Mike and said how much they enjoyed it.
Is that something you had kind of prepared ahead of time before the job, or is it something you put together as you've gotten here?
No, that's what's exciting about working with Chris. And you don't really go into the situation thinking I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. It's working with him, and it takes a lot of people to really chase to have one vision, and facilitating that. No, you don't know if that is even an opportunity really until you're in a building working with people, and that's part of the positives of being in.
Okay, so I don't know what the Dolphins editing team did there, but I don't understand what the hell he just said. Did anybody understand that? Did you understand it, Color? What the hell kind of answer was that? And you could tell it was edited out. Like what
complete rhetoric, man.
Not rhetoric. Rhetoric is rhetoric. That was just chopping up words and trying to make a sentence that he obviously didn't say, bro. It's like just nonsense. He probably said some really good stuff there. Why did they cut it all out? I'm gonna rewind it because I'm lost. Because they just kind of took me through a spiral there.
It's a lot of people to really
as you've gotten here.
No, that's what's exciting about working with Chris. And you don't really go into the situation thinking I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. It's working with him, and it takes a lot of people to really chase to have one vision, and facilitating that. No, you don't know if that is even an opportunity really until you're in a building working with people, and that's part of the positives of being in Miami Gardens.
What the fuck?
I mean, what the ever loving hell was that, dude?
What was that, bro?
Like,
What
it
was
blew
that?
by me the first time, but the second time it's like,
No,
oh
bro,
my
I'm
god,
scared,
no
like,
wonder it just
all right,
blew by
what
me.
is he saying? No, sweet jumps. That is not Yale talk, bro. That guy's smart. I've heard him talk. That is not Yale talk.
No wonder
What the hell
Flores
was
fired
that,
the
dude?
digital media
No
director.
shit.
Jesus,
Oh my
man.
God, bro. This digital guy. What the hell was that, bro? Well, let's go for a third time. Maybe I can find out what's happening here. Hold on. I got confused.
here?
No, that's what's exciting about working with Chris, and you
Cut.
don't really go into the situation
Cut.
thinking I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. It's working with him, and
Cut.
it takes a lot of people to really chase to
Cut.
have one vision,
Cut.
and facilitating that. No, you don't know if that is even an opportunity really until you're.
He
in a
asked
building
him if he
working.
made the video. That was the question. Did you make that video? Did you have it? And it was no, working, facilitating
Wow.
people in the building. Didn't even know I could
Yeah, look
facilitate.
at Lucky says turn on the captions.
Hold on, let me turn on the captions. All right, I got you, brother. All right, here we go. Let's try it for the last time, guys. Last time. Because I'm trying to understand. The question was, did you make this video?
What he's looking for at, the running back
Put
position.
it
I
in
got it.
three-way.
Teaching moment, for
What
us.
is it?
And the
Oh,
offensive
hold
coaching
up, my
staff
fault.
came in and sat and listened. So a very good visual opportunity for all the scouts and coaches to be in the one room talking about, what we're looking for at the position and, the things that, Mike has had success in finding players at San Francisco. I know our scouts would really appreciate, because I know a couple of them reached out.
Rewinded it a little too far back. My fault, y'all.
Is that something you had kind of prepared ahead of time before the job, or is it something you put together as you've gotten here?
No, that's what's exciting about working with Chris, and you don't really go into the situation thinking I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. It's working with him, and it takes a lot of people to really chase to have one vision, and facilitating that. No, you don't know if that is even an opportunity really until you're in a building working with people, and that's part of the positives of being in Miami Gardens.
You guys mentioned that kind of singular vision, or you did, Coach, and I'm sure that's shared between both of you.
Okay, so see, now here's why they cut it up. It's the next question they wanted to bring in there that Travis is doing. I don't mean to, it was a weird answer. Just, did you have the video or not, bro? Like, did you make, obviously he made it in the building and he had people make it in the building. Why the hell didn't they let him say that? I would imagine that's what he kind of said, right? He's like, yeah, I got here. I have a team now. The team put the crap together and Chris thought it was good. And I think it was just a long word nonsense.
In Miami Gardens.
You guys mentioned that kind of singular vision, or you did, Coach, and I'm sure that's shared between both of you. Have you kind of developed together a core list of traits of what you want to look for in a Miami Dolphin under this current regime?
Yeah, and then, we talked about it, and we've talked about it with the coaches and scouts. But first and foremost, you're always looking for guys that love football.
And it's not. It doesn't have to also just be flatline. Hey, let's have this conversation. For instance, my first week on the job, there's players coming to my office to speak with me for the first time, and in those players, I'm recognizing traits that I prioritize. So that we don't have to have those conversations, although we do. But the most tangible way that I know that we're on the same page is the players that Chris and his staff have acquired before I was even here. Their values, I can feel their passion when they're talking to me about the Miami Dolphins moving forward.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the young players that are in the building, they all love
I really want my job, Coach. Trust me. I really want my job.
Yeah, I would imagine that all the guys, especially the young guys, there's been so many young drafted guys brought in, free agent guys, young undrafted guys that have made the team. And, Nick Needham's a good name. And, even guys that were drafted later, like Van Ginkel, they're big roles in the team. They're hype guys. They're, they love football, man. So I would imagine if I was McDaniel, I'd be pretty stoked about this football team to coach.
And that, there's indicators like that all over the place as well. We're, entering into this whole thing, knowing that our philosophies are kind of parallel.
So you inherit a roster of players that fits a lot of those cores. And now we head into the scouting combine this week, where that's the idea, is trying to find players that fit those core Miami Dolphins traits. And as you guys head into the combine, what can you look back and say, we accomplished this, therefore the week at the combine was successful?
I really enjoy sitting down, talking to players, and The underwear Olympics part of it, as we talk about, is
Right.
that part is always important to see, but it's really, I think for us, we were talking about how important it is, the interview parts, to really sit down and really meet the players for the first time.
So the behind the scenes, obviously important. The on the field stuff has its importance too. How do you kind of balance what you see with the on field workouts compared to what you see on tape, and how those two things kind of come together for the overall evaluation?
Well, that's one thing that, again, we see things similarly, where Chris was very clear about, hey, this portion of the evaluation, we try to focus on football and keeping that separate from the people, so you can have equal evaluations and then bring them together, which he articulated a lot better than I had in my mind. But I was like, yeah, that makes total sense to me. He does such a great job of giving me wisdom without insulting, like, hey, young guy, this makes more sense. And so we were able to bridge stuff together, and that's what's defining how we do stuff, if that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. And kind of the same question to you, Chris, when you look at, obviously your scouting process goes through the course of the whole season, the college season, and you get to this point. How do you kind of balance what you see out there on the underwear Olympics, as you called it, versus what you see on tape, and how that kind of makes the overall evaluation?
Again, it's all parts, like Coach was saying. You're taking the film from the fall, so you have that, who he is as a player tells you what he is as a player on the field in game situations. Then now the interview process, all-star games, you get to see like small college guys taking on guys from Alabama or something, so you get a better feel there. Then you do the interview process, so you get to know the guys the first time. Then you got the 30 visits after that, and you're spending more time with
Chris Greer looks like a pig in shit right now. He loves it.
Meetings and the drafts, and so you put all that together, and that helps us.
He loves that
make good decisions,
draft, all that stuff.
We realize we'll never bat 1,000. No one does, but you try and make the best educated decisions we can with all the information we get.
Yeah, it's a lengthy process. And Coach, obviously you get the benefit of working with Chris and the experience of his staff. And has there been any crossover between the coaching staff and the scouting staff as you guys kind of work together to build this roster this offseason?
Is Wingfield ever going to ask him what these core traits actually are?
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't, dude. That would be a real question. Wingfield works for the Dolphins. He's got his job. I get it.
He found was valuable. I said, you know what? I think it's valuable too. Yeah, there's been in terms of speaking on players, acquiring information. You can hear his full understanding of the process and how you have to take the time to gather all the information. That's what I personally find so valuable. Within that, you have time to say, hey, this is our time to talk about the backgrounds of these players together, so we can hear it. Oh, we have some time that we can watch some film together. All that crossovers, having been in numerous organizations, I know how special that is.
To Mike's credit, he always thought that was a valuable thing too, to have coaches and scouts, so everyone's on the same page and know what we're looking for. And Coach Embry came in, he was only here for like 2 days. It came in and just wanted to sit in on meetings, and it was great. He came in, sat in, and I know he knew like Reggie McKenzie and Marvin Allen and those guys, and he would ask questions on stuff, and and listening and taking in information, asking them questions and their opinions to really hear what they thought about stuff. So it's been pretty cool, and all the coaches have been just like that.
That's
sounds like they're getting to work, doesn't it, Color? I liked the Embry hire. I always did from the get. I found it weird that he was kind of getting forced out of San Fran a little bit, but I liked the Embry hire. I thought they did a good job.
I was hoping he was going to say that they decide all their disputes on like mud wrestling matches or something,
Bro, that would be amazing.
Like we all take it outside and get in the muck, whenever we disagree with each other.
You ever seen the movie Bottle Shock?
No.
No, you should see it. It's a true story about Napa Valley in California when they won like the best wine out of France wine blind taste testing. They won best wine, best tasting in like the 70s, back when American wine. It's a good movie. Anyhow, the father and son, every time they had a disagreement, they had a ring out back and they go put gloves on it and just box it out. They would just fight it out. It'd be like, it was funny. A couple times movies like, you want to fight it out, and he'd throw the boxing gloves at them and they go out there and beat the crap out of each other. So that would be awesome if that's how disputes. Listen, I want this guy in the third round. Yeah, but you want that? I want this guy. Well, you know what, guys? We can put the gloves on and take this out like men. How bad do you want it? You willing to get punched in the face for this guy?
Yep, and I agree, Gio. I think Frank Smith is probably dark horse, the best hire we made for the coaching staff.
Well, listen, I think his bringing that offensive line knowledge and being the facilitator in between, because he's not calling the plays, guys. Mike McDaniel already said he's calling the plays. So really, in technicality, he's assistant offensive coordinator, at least until the ball gets rolling. I would imagine that Mike McDaniel at some point will transition him as the offensive coordinator. But it's the effing Catalina wine mixer, my man. But I would imagine that, you know, in the beginning, Mike McDaniel's going to have to run every last little bit of this. So again, guys, it's the offensive line that makes this offense hum. All of the energy, finances.
What's up, Doug? Appreciate you could come by tonight, man.
Yo, what's up, Doug? What's going on, man? Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You know, the offensive line is going to be the end all be all in this offensive scheme. It's going to take these guys getting to the second level with tight ends. So that's why Embry's probably in the room. He's like, listen, we ain't got the tight ends on this roster. We got two, maybe Durham Smythe and what's his name? Shaheen. Those are probably the only two guys that they'll keep, if any at all. They might clean the whole friggin' tight end room. Who knows? Which wouldn't be a bad idea, because I'm sure these guys have tight ends they're thinking about and stuff like that. I'm dropping the link now if Doug wanted to hop in. I don't know if Doug wanted to, but he can hop in if he wants. But, you know, I think that there's going to probably, and in the same breath, I say, I don't think they're going to draft an offensive lineman. We've already got a ton of young guys. I mean, Roberts playing right tackle, drifting around out there. All these guys are going to get in on this, guys. Everybody is going to play. If you're the seventh offensive lineman on this football team, you're going to get big time playing. What's up, CT?
What's up, CT? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all?
Nothing, brother.
Buggy, come on, man. If the kids are in bed, please come up, man. I love you, man.
Doug already came on and did some stuff. If he wants to hop in, you can hop in, Doug. We're talking nonsense as usual, but
so yeah, what do you got for me to see tonight, CT? I know you have to disagree with something I said.
No. Actually, I wanted to say, if that's a vintage shirt and I can't get it now, I absolutely wanted it because I've got quite a few, and my wife comes on and she kills me all the time because I got the old school shirts too. And I get the same thing you just said. The vinyl or whatever's flaking off the shirt. She's like, when are you going to get a new one? When are you going to get a new one? That's too old. So I just wanted to know if you got it recently, because I'm all about it, man.
No, I've had it for a very long time. I got it as a gift probably, I want to say probably, God, it's probably been, 15 years by now?
Okay, because I can't find none of the old school stuff, man. I've been on eBay. I've been my wife's mom is a.
But you know, I air dried it its whole life. I air dried it. I didn't stick it in a tumble dryer.
Oh, see,
yeah,
that was
that's why it'll last. If you air dry it, it'll last a little.
It keeps the aqua still nice and vibrant. It doesn't get all fadey,
but that imprint thing will stick to itself
right
in the dryer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I always put it in the dryer, and that's where she gets on me. She's like, "It's flaking. It looks like crap."
Nah,
I've got just shows that it's a real. I'm not even allowed to wear in public.
Yeah, it's real football stuff. This football jersey shirt been played in. That's what that means. Been playing pickup football after work. Don't worry about it. So, what's happening, Alex? What's going on, my brother?
Alex,
you there, Alex?
No, yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, guys.
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. How you been? How's everybody going?
Man. Living the dream, man. You know it.
I just wanted to. I was just grabbing something. I was just grabbing to show you guys something here.
Oh,
you're talking about the old school logo, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how about a little bit of old school Jersey logo from the logo that Color had. So
You got the polo? You got the polo?
no, just the jersey.
Oh man. Because we're allowed to wear the polos on Friday. We're allowed to wear the polos at work at the hospital, but
Oh, nice. Old
that's
Wake.
a
that
nice
shit's
one.
always
Yeah.
flaking. Damn.
You see right there.
Yeah, it's the old Wake.
There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
signed too,
Oh,
boy.
wait, jersey.
Yeah,
Oh,
by
what?
Wake.
Nice, man. That's one you keep forever right there.
Oh yeah.
You guys will never know who this is.
58.
That's
He
a
was
good
here for
question.
3 years. 3 years.
Hold
2012
on.
was the
Was
last
it
year.
Hello?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Who was it?
Hello?
I can hear you, CT. What's going on?
Dansby, Carlos
Dansby.
Dansby.
Oh man, no way. I know,
Yeah.
Trucker Sean. I miss Wake too, bro. That guy was all there, man. I loved him. Should have freaking let him retire a Dolphin. They did him dirty letting him
will.
walk.
Thanks
Yeah,
a
he
lot,
will
Thomas
on that.
Jensen. Appreciate you coming by.
Happy
Let's
birthday,
go.
Color.
What's
Yeah,
happening,
appreciate
Colin?
that, Alex.
Many blessings to you as well, and hope you had a great day, my boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
appreciate
man.
that.
Alex is just a sweet guy, man. There
Yeah,
ain't
and
no-
earlier on the other show, you don't have to apologize for just because I found the stat and made sure we all knew what it was. I was more looking to make sure I was correcting myself more than anything else. I could have been just as wrong as you were. You know what I mean?
No, it's all good, Color. No, I appreciate it. And it's just
I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure of the memory in my own head, so I just looked it up because I wanted to make sure we're all working with objectivity.
It's all good, my boy. It's all good. So how's the family, guys? How's everything going with the family?
Oh man, family's good. My wife and kids just got back to town today. They went and saw a friend up in the Panhandle. Her girlfriend got all settled in a place up there, and it's got some, just some stretch room and stuff like that. So they came back. They were just up there seeing them. What's up, Christopher Lakofis?
Krista Lockett coming up in the panel. How you doing?
guys.
Fellow New Yorker. Fellow New Yorker.
Freezing balls up here right now.
Oh,
I
bro,
wish I was up
that.
there, guys.
No way.
It's fucking 29 degrees.
As soon as you said that, my left shoulder started bothering me. I don't know why. It didn't get colder here. It just started hurting.
How warm is it over in Florida right now?
It's got to be,
About 70s.
high 70s tonight.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like
Currently,
78. It's nice. It's nice.
71 degrees, mostly clear.
Yeah, I don't know. All feels the same to me as long as it ain't cold.
Yeah, because we know Tua can't play in the cold, right?
Oh man, it's listen. That's the only thing I could see. I mean, I don't want to say it's for certain, but I don't want to hear that he wasn't injured when he looked stiff in the cold game. So who knows?
Hey, we didn't have a game plan for that game. So whatever.
I disagree, Alex. There was a game plan. It was throw the ball early against a team that can't stop you if you can throw the ball accurately. It was just listen. I forget who said it, but they're like, look, you got to take out their best game, you got to take out their worst game, and if I did that, it's pretty level with Tua. It's got more meat on the bones. I'll say this, and I said this to Gio earlier today. Tua's probably the most rhythm quarterback I've ever seen in my life. At some points, it looks like he can't miss. He's just clicking. And other times, he can't even get a click. So I don't know.
He's streaky.
It's
streaky.
It's streaky. And granted,
Just like Tannehill.
Yes, but
speaking of Tannehill,
the only deference I can give Tua is that it was only his second year. That's been riddled. His first 2 years have been riddled with injury, whether it's coming off injury or getting injured during the season. And no one could tell me different, because if he wasn't, he would have all those stats that would, give him all the game stats. So
Can't say that, Chris. Tuanon's going to hack into your computer and shut you down.
I understand. I get plenty of it on Twitter. They come at me. They're like, no, you don't understand. I don't know how to look at film. I get people coming at me in comments on different platforms. I don't know how to look at film. I don't know how to read stats. I don't know football. I didn't play football.
Should I send you the snippet so you can show the world?
Nah, don't sweat
All
it,
right.
bro. Don't
I'll
sweat
leave it alone.
Yeah. Let you know.
Hey, it's all good, man. You guys know. I'm a Tua fan, but I'm also a Dolphins fan first. But it is
Yes,
what it is, you know.
of course,
You know, if you
Alex.
guys
I'll
wanna
take
make
the
fun of
good,
him,
the bad, and the ugly,
I'm
man. I
never.
don't give a damn.
I'll laugh for whatever you guys
I'm
want to
from
throw,
South
man.
Florida, bro. You ain't shooking me on no. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I give a damn what anyone thinks about that. I know damn
guys, look
well
at
I know
this.
what I'm talking about. You guys
Look at
sit
this
here
right
and
here.
hang out long enough, you see, oh, yeah, I love that Merino jersey, bro.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is
Mhm.
when this is.
I feel like I can smell it.
I've had this since I was 6 years old. Since I was 6 years old, I've had this jersey.
Still in great condition.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, it's a starter. Look at it. Look at the patch. A starter.
That's nice.
So everybody, welcome Karen Flo to the.
What's up, Karen Flo,
to the
Brian?
Karen Flo.
What's up, brother? Can't hear you, Brian.
It's okay. It was probably something like Tua is God, Tua, God, Tua.
You know what, Color? I think you were right on the money with that. I think Tua is the greatest, is what Brian was going to say, right, Brian? Yep. Look,
So, John, when are you moving down to Florida, man?
I have 2 places in Florida, Ray, bro.
Oh, yeah, okay, you do. Okay.
West side or east side?
West Side, Palm Harbor, condos.
Oh, that's where my dad was living for a long time.
So me and my wife finally got approved for the house in Texas.
Oh,
You're moving to Texas?
Whereabouts, man?
Yeah,
Mike
Mike
on the
is
Mike's
over there.
out there in Texas. You going to Lake Worth or Fort Worth area?
I'm actually close to. We're actually gonna be close to him. We're in Rockwell, but it's about an hour away from where he is.
Well, congratulations on the approval of the
awesome,
home,
man. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. You know,
I
it's
think
just.
I think this might be the year I'll go for a piece of land in South Florida and then put something out there. That's what I want, man. I want to move further south. What's up, Ennis? What are you shaking your head at? I know Ennis always shaking his head. Not allowed to talk about Tua around here. Ennis gonna get mad at me.
So it's Mike, EM, and Ennis. It's all out there in Texas.
Yeah, everybody out there.
You know, the only problem is that I'm not gonna be able to go to the Dolphin games out there unless they're actually there.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
everyone's going to move to the Midwest once the nuclear bombs start hitting the East Coast.
They better bring something way better than that. And that ain't happening over here, man. They going. What's happening, Brian? Can you talk now? Brian having technical difficulties with the mic. Actually.
Well, his avatar is Flo, so he does have communication issues.
I think his lawyers are preventing him from talking.
Nice. I see that cold weather didn't slow your wit down at all, bro.
Nah, bro. Not at all.
You know, John is actually...
It's the only thing keeping me warm.
John is actually from where I grew up. He's
me
actually
and him are like
where I grew up.
We're like probably 15, 20 minutes away from each other.
Where about?
Long Island.
Oh, word.
I grew up in Uniondale, and he grew up in Massapequa.
How did a couple Long Island boys fall in love with the Dolphins?
My fucking dad.
My
He
uncles.
fell in love with Marino, and he never told me that he didn't win a championship growing up.
Oh, man.
My uncles, and trust me, I fell in love with the colors, too. You know, the colors were really got me, too.
How did you not fall in love with that? Why, and that's, listen, that's, you know what I find a lot on here, and I've got a tweet right now where I got people asking, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Ricky or would you rather have JT? And what do you guys think everybody's picking?
Yes, JT.
What about you, John?
My gut wants to say Ricky, but I'm leaning towards I'm going to say JT. I'm going to stick with.
Listen, I would. To me, if you got JT on that defense be done. Be done. You wouldn't have the pressure with Phillips.
Why would they ask you that?
Well,
because Ricky and JT were on the same team.
Ricky is the one no, it was who do you want to have on this team? If you can take them right now, who would you pick, Ricky or JT?
Oh, Ricky, 100%. Ricky all the way.
Everyone picked Ricky, and I get it because it's what you need, especially on this team right now. If we had an elite running back, we're on it. But I also think in the same aspect, if you put JT on this team, you'd be golden. You'd be golden on defense. You would only, and with all the money to spend, all the stuff you got to do, all the coaching staff that's come in, they're all offensive minded. So I would just say, hey, you guys are good at your job. Figure it out. Let JT be the last piece on defense, and you're good to go.
That's right. Nobody asked you if they rather have Jay Fiedler, Chad Henne, or Tua Tagovailoa in this team. Surprised nobody asked you that.
If you could pick one old Dolphin for this team right now, who would it be besides what
It'll always be well, outside of a quarterback.
Outside of a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I was
everyone's going to say Marino. So.
Yeah, that for me it's Zach Thomas every day. Every day.
Excuse me, guys.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, Zach Thomas
the
too.
thing Zach Thomas can just
actually
do,
no. I would
it's
take
just amazing.
Surtain.
Nope.
I would take Surtain.
Listen, I love Surtain, but Zach Thomas is just a destroyer of offenses. He's an offensive destroyer. That's what his job is. You can't get into a rhythm when a guy like Zach on the field. He is just blowing up wide receivers across the middle of the field. He is fitting gaps. He doesn't allow the run game to get going. It is so hard for any system team when Zach is on the field. He will shut down your run game because he will fit in between those gap zone blocking schemes because that's all they used to run, guys. Everyone thinks this is all a big new thing. This ain't big new shit. This is exactly what's been going on in the NFL forever. It's a zone block scheme. Guys like Zach would hit the hole right in between them and blow your whole shit up. They'd hit the lead blocker. There'd be no hole. Everything gets bottled up in the backfield, and then the defensive line comes crashing down. So
nobody has been more important to the Miami Dolphins besides Dan Marino in all of the years that we've been a franchise than none other than Jeff Uhlenhake.
Well, Cole, you want to bubble beyond me?
I have no idea. Color, you're going to have to elaborate.
Yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, listen, Color.
Jeff Uhlenhake, man. You don't remember Jeff Uhlenhake?
Bro, I'm 35. I have no idea. How
I don't remember him either. I don't remember him either.
Brian, is your mic working now, bro?
Yes, it's working. You guys hear me now?
What's up, Brian?
Yes. What happened, man? The lawyers blocked you from talking?
You know, I have communication problems. I'm sorry.
No problem. It's John hit it on the head earlier of Christopher Lacus because he hit it right on the head saying that Flo has communication problems.
Oh, yes. Yo, yeah. John, that was very funny.
Dennis, Tim Bowens is good.
Oh, Color, I want to say happy birthday again.
Thanks, Brian.
Tua said happy birthday, too.
Tua said happy birthday?
Bro. Yeah, Tua said
let him know I said
brother.
thanks. And, it'd be nice if we could tailgate it with his truck one day. That'd be cool.
Hey, what
could
about
send a signed jersey or something.
What about this? All right.
Nah, you guys might burn it.
I ain't burning it. Why would I burn it?
All right, guys, let's leave Dan Marino out of this. If you had to choose Chad Henne, Pennington, or Tua, or
Pennington, you could stop right there, Pennington.
Am I in the Matrix? Alex, have we done this before?
No, we haven't actually. If you had to choose Jay Fiedler, Chad Pennington,
am I taking the red and the blue pill right now? Did I get a purple
Dolphins pill? Pennington or overall career Pennington?
Dolphins Pennington.
I don't take Dolphins. I mean, Pennington's
I'll
good
still
for a
take
year.
Dolphins Pennington over all those choices.
Yeah.
Over Jay Fiedler, Chad Henne, and all them. Yeah.
Listen, I just
I
hope
think in this offense, Jay Fiedler would probably do great with Mike McDaniel. It's kind of the whole deal they're running. But
Dartmouth. The college is from Dartmouth.
But Chris, can I say something more on the tight end discussion you had earlier?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I do agree. I do believe the two people that might be there is Hunter Long and Smite.
Yeah,
they might keep Adam Sharif or whatever. They might keep him.
Oh, Sheen's under contract.
Yeah.
I think they'll keep him too.
To be honest with you,
but Mike Gesicki, it really depends on the money. Like if he's not asking for too much, we'll probably keep him and see how we could.
I think they're gonna tag him.
Nah, he's too expensive. It's because they're gonna tag him if he wants to be franchise tag.
We're gonna bag him, baste him, and waste him.
Ryan, the thing is that Oh my
Hell, I'll
God! No,
take
she
Cleo
did not
Ornament
do
over
that.
Tua.
Dolphins Spurs world. Oh my goodness! I have to have a conversation with Dolphins Spurs world because she's attacked me again over this Tua thing. You know, before earlier she said, "Welcome to Texas. Don't bring that Tua thing over here to Texas." And Mike, when she was on Mike and the Mic earlier, so I have to have a little conversation with her and get her to
Watch out, she
expand her
already in
mind on
Texas.
Tua.
You're new blood in Texas to them over there, so watch
But
out.
It's the Texas motto:
if
don't bring Tua or
it's
your liberal beliefs to Texas.
That's right, and you better come. You
it's
get a gun when you move there too. If you don't
already
have
a
a gun
shotgun.
on you, you're gonna, you get shook down.
Steve
know,
DeBerg.
thing-
Steve DeBerg was the
Oh,
Ryan
God, Steve
Fitzpatrick
DeBerg.
of his day, man. He played for like 6 different teams.
Nice.
God, Steve DeBerg, man. But it all depends on how valuable that Mike McDaniel and all this coaching staff sees Gesicki. That's really what it's all about.
No, his
But
value is
here's-
really from blocking. Mike McDaniel wants everybody to block, even the wide receivers.
true,
And Mike
yes.
Gesicki does not prioritize blocking. If he
But,
starts doing
yeah,
that this
that's true.
offseason and he wants to work with that and he wants to
That's
come
what I'm
into a
saying.
better contract, then yes. But if he's not trying to block, Mike Gesicki actually believes he's a wide receiver. And when we franchise tag him and they look at the stats, they might franchise tag him as
I
a
don't
wide
know what
receiver.
world
They're
everybody
definitely
else
not
grew
going
up
to
in, but
franchise tag it.
I
as a
played wide receiver, and I don't know a good wide receiver that doesn't block.
That's what I'm screaming.
In
Exactly,
any
but
team, in any team.
he actually believes that he's a wide receiver. So
Right, but
I'm
which
just
wide
saying,
Listen,
receiver isn't
he
supposed
can
to block in
believe
any
all
scheme?
that
Where
he
does
wants.
Gesicki get that nonsense from?
Listen, he can
because
do
he's gonna
all
get
he
more
wants,
money.
and I'm sure.
No, what I'm
sure
saying,
his-
Brian, is even as a wide receiver, he's got to block.
I'm sure one way or the other they'll go after the wide receiver tag, but that don't mean they're going to get it. To me, they're going to try to tag him as a tight end. If they don't, for whatever reason, there's some form of holdout. If you guys think that'll happen, I don't think that'll happen because $11 million better than no $1 million. Sorry. So he'll probably sign the tag. Once he has the tag on him, now he's worth $11 million. You could trade him anyhow. Just because he signed that franchise tag don't mean you can't trade him now, unless they put that in the contract, which they can do that. So I don't think so. It all comes down to Mike McDaniel wanting him in the scheme and what John Embry thinks he could do with him. But I don't see how he fits the scheme.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
I don't see how he fits
Mike
the
Guys,
McDaniel.
who do you think? Who do you think is more valuable? Who do you think is more valuable to this team?
No way are they going to trade him for Kittle, bro. You're out of your mind. They would never let Kittle go.
Starting drugs early on that.
Durham Smythe
past the Dutchie.
Durham Smythe is actually more valuable than Mike Gesicki is on this team.
I agree with that. With this scheme, it would not make sense for McDaniel, being this offensive guru, to think that Mike Gesicki is going to be worth anything in this type of scheme. I mean, he needs somebody to block.
I actually think Durham Smythe could be a better player than Mike Gesicki can at the tight end position.
Yeah, because and
the reason why I say that is because he's come a long way. Because remember when we drafted him, everybody was like, "Oh, you draft a blocking tight end, the guy that can't catch for nothing."
Whatever.
Stone hands.
I love me. I thought he was going to be good when he was coming out. I was like, "Ooh, that guy's the steal of the draft right there."
I thought Durham Smythe has really turned the corner big time. He's become an all around better tight end. Blocking and receiving wise. He may not have the speed, but
Gio says it's odd
there.
but a sign. That's kind of my point, bro. If they get Gesicki on ink or traded, it's only to sign Agba. That's really the goal.
I agree.
We gotta sign Agba to like a 3-year with a 4th option, some money guaranteed. Probably, I don't know. See what they do. I want to keep Agba around here.
But
What's
the thing about that is,
hold on, Alex. What's up, Brian?
Sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's not that he's not good scheme to the fit. Like, he's not trying to block. He doesn't show the willingness to block. He has so many years knowing that he has to block, and he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a wide receiver in a sense. So why we want to have that liability? Once Mike Gesicki's on that field, everybody know we're passing. You know what I'm saying? He's not in line.
He'd be a decent a slot wide receiver if he knew how to
Then
run.
why spend that $11 million?
He can't run routes, guys. He cannot be a tight
Yes,
end.
he's not a good route runner. So why spend that money? If I'm
make
really in
sense.
need of a tight end, I could just go upgrade one
We got
right now with the
$70
cap
million
space I
in
have.
cap space. I'm not blowing $11 million of that right on Gesicki. I'm sorry. There's more important positions that need to be filled.
Well, even if they transition tag him with like a second round tender or something like that, they're not just going to let him walk right out the building. It's not good business, is my point. I don't see the franchise tag or the transition tag anything other than them trying to use him as a tradable asset. Like I said, unless Mike McDaniel thinks, hey, I could do this, which I don't see why that would change all of a sudden, or Embry thinks he can get him to do something. I don't see why that would change. He's definitely not a scheme fit. I would imagine, again, they're going to go after a lot of free agents. And I don't think we're gonna see big time signing either. I think it's gonna be role playing guys. And even guys, again,
which I'm okay with.
What?
I'm okay with that.
That's how football teams are built anyhow. You know what I'm saying? You got to get guys that can play your system. That's why I kind of look at the offensive lineman again from Chicago. He plays in his own blocking scheme. He's only 24 years old. He's just under 300 pounds. Matt Nagy had a terrible thing going on up there trying to groom a young quarterback. I think that's really why he lost his job, because they're looking at this young quarterback not growing at all. And it just shit the bed, the whole team up there. But I think we could totally pick up that guy from the Bears. I think he would be a good offensive guard.
Going back to the Chicago thing, that's exactly why. That's exactly what point I have been making for years, for the last 2 years with Tua, because he has not. Justin Fields did not get the proper team around him. The team was not built well with him at all to succeed. Just like I don't think this team was built well enough for Tua to succeed.
Justin Fields is an Ohio quarterback, bro. That's what it looks like when they get here. It's always how it is, and I don't want to lump Alabama quarterbacks in there too, but that's been the narrative on Alabama quarterbacks too. Ohio and Alabama teams are so studded that they get to the NFL that there's a learning curve, and really, if they can handle the learning part of reading defenses and all the disguises defensive coordinators put guys are lining up here and then they're not in the same position. They're too good, man. They're paid millions. So I think Tua's far away in advance as a better facilitator and a guy who can learn that. But what's his name in Chicago? He's got talent. He's got talent. Yeah, Justin Fields got good talent.
If you want to even look at Mac Jones, I mean, Mac Jones doesn't amaze me at the very least. I'm sure the Pats fans, he amazes them, but I mean, he grew up in the Alabama system. He's done nothing special to me. I know that.
No, he hasn't. It's been a run game first, a defensive scheme.
The head right there.
Of course, dude.
John nailed it.
No team should ever draft a quarterback from Alabama. Nothing against Tua, but seriously, Alabama only produces good wide receivers, running backs, and all-linemen. That's it.
But in drafting Tua, I saw that was the only Alabama quarterback. To me, I thought, all right, maybe that might be a real quarterback coming out of Alabama. Somebody
I still think Tua's going to have a better career than Mac.
That's when you was thinking straight.
I think Tua's going to have a better career.
Listen, I'm always thinking straight. I saw, as far as Alabama quarterbacks go, he looked like an actual game planning, work it out, dissect defense type quarterback, more so than the rest of them. I'm not saying he was coming out legit as hell, but you got to remember, it's Alabama they're going on. So that
the reason why the media loves Mac Jones so much and all that stuff is because look at the old line that New England has. They're pretty good. They're very good, that O-line.
No, it's not because of the O-line.
And the receivers make them look good.
The Brady Belichick narrative, bro. They wanted to see if they could.
I'm
walk
at
in the shoes of
check
Brady.
this out, John. I'm at the game. The weeks, of course, the Week 18 game against the Patriots, and everybody and all the Patriot fans are saying, "Yo, Mac Jones. Oh my goodness, this guy's incredible. He's
I didn't
Brady.
hear Patriot fans really say that, to be honest with you.
Some Patriot fans were telling me that.
Oh, I'm sure
They're
there's there's
Mac Jones is really good. Yeah, he's
Macaneers
good.
or Knick-Knack Maddywhack or whatever
He
they
reminds me
call
of
him up
Brady.
there. I'm sure they've got diehards that believe that Mac Jones is the second coming of Brady. But for the most part, from what I can see out of their fans, they're pretty. They go, yeah, it's a young quarterback. Bill's got this.
But there was one Patriot.
No, I
fan
know.
that
I know
told
what
me
they got. They got the same thing we got around here, where people won't see any flaws in a quarterback at all. That he needs all these things to be propped up, and that it's not ever his fault. It's always the offensive fault or whatever, something. So I'm sure Mac Jones gets plenty of the same stuff that Tua gets around here, good and bad. They are still young quarterbacks. It was his rookie season, and he went to the playoffs. So.
Exactly. There was one Patriot fan that actually came up. That actually I was talking to, and I said, man, like Mac Jones has really not impressed me at all. I mean, he's had an okay season, but not something to really ride home about. He goes, yeah. I really don't think that the Patriot fan goes to me. He's like, I really don't think Mac Jones is the answer. I think we need to go out and get another
what do you
quarterback.
see, Alex, that Mac Jones doesn't possess that Tua does possess? Go.
I think Tua has better pocket presence than Mac Jones does.
How the fuck did I know those were going to be the words out of your mouth?
Wait, didn't you ask the opposite question, Chris?
Mac Jones has better.
But Alex,
he has better accuracy than Mac Jones does.
Pocket
I'll
presence.
give him the accuracy. I'll give him accuracy all day.
But here's the thing: when Tua knows when to leave, when Tua knows when to get out of there, he gets out of there. He gets out of the pocket. Mac Jones will stay there.
Oh, by the way, we have actual footage of Mac Jones finding out that Alexander thinks Tua is better than him, from his most recent stay at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. This is Mac Jones in the penthouse suite upon hearing what Alex just said.
He's blowing up on the
I got it.
Yeah, I don't.
So you got to go there, man. I think Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is not impressive at all. Tua has better cadence than Mac Jones does.
Mac Jones just went to the Pro Bowl, bro.
At me this late, Alex. I can't handle that. What is cadence?
Yeah, it's freezing cold where Christopherkis is. It's freezing his ass off. You can't take words like that. Listen,
better intangibles.
As much as I don't believe in Mac Jones, went to the playoffs, went to a Pro Bowl. The NFL recognizes him as a far better in away quarterback, numbers wise, everything than Tua.
Hey, Chris, what happened in that playoff game?
Huh?
What happened in that playoff game?
But Alexander,
playoff game.
But
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Exactly.
Look at it. Look at it like this.
Don't try to come at me, Alex, bro. Don't come at me, bro. I'm loaded up for days.
Hold on, let me say something, Alexander.
Yeah, you know what, Brian?
Wait, Alexander. Wait, Alexander has a good point. Tell us, Alexander. Why is it? Why? So tell us how bad it was that Mac Jones failed and fumbled the ball in the first game of last season that we beat them. Go ahead and tell us about how that is and how we won that game. I'm ready to listen.
Mac Jones did not even play that good against us in the first game.
Right, but did he not? To your point, he fumbled the ball.
Wasn't that his first NFL game ever?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so just if this was the other swing and that was our rookie quarterback that lost against a division rival, we'd all be saying it's his first game.
So, Chris, what you're saying is it was an exceptional performance by one Xavier Howard that won us that ball game. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's definitely Xavier Howard that won that.
Wait, let me say
I just wanted to make sure we were all clear on that.
That's
game one.
Let me say something, right?
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
But this is a nonsensical argument, honestly, because I mean, you may think he's impressed and he's not impressive. You may say, he's not the guy or Mac Jones, but I mean you can agree that they did had a great coaching staff that actually masked that and allow him to go to the playoffs. So that's the only thing you can really take from that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say Mac Jones has to be everything because
Brian,
the team is not designed for him to be everything.
Say opposing to that the defense masked all the shortcomings of the offense all year.
I don't even know what I came into.
That still falls on the coaching staff. Regardless of whether you said defense or offense, I said the coaching staff put him in the best position and masked some of his weakness. The team is not built for him to be the savior. The team is built on the run game and the defense.
Well, just in a cap perspective, significantly more money is spent on the offensive line alone.
Yes, he has a great O-line. I mean, so
that's right. So if we're taking all data considering, I would say that our offensive line overachieved in some ways for all the youth that's on it, all the lack of financial resources. Yes, draft capital resources, but again, we had a rookie offensive line coach shuffled around a million different ways. Yes, I agree with you. Put blame on the coaching staff for taking all those leaps. But don't kid yourself, everybody. This was all done not maliciously. It was done by plan. They had planned to get all this extra money for this year. I think that's why Flo's so pissed, because to him, that money was supposed to go to Deshaun Watson, and it didn't. And even if it does go to Deshaun Watson, he won't be here to see it happen. What's going on, Mike? And then I want to throw it to Gio. What's going on, buddy?
What up, dude?
Mike, what's up, man?
Full panel, man. Full panel already.
Gio.
Yeah. Big time.
I
getting it, boy. Getting it.
What they do, everybody? What is going on?
So,
congratulations on your new home, man.
Gio, you're gonna make your case about being the first one to say we're going after McDaniel or what?
Tell Color. I want you to tell everybody because apparently everybody thinks it was somebody else. But can you tell everybody? And Mike was there too. Mike, Color, who was saying it?
Gio.
Chris Greer said it.
I want to give Mike some shit. I want to give Gio some shit. We were talking about it in the comments. See, now Gio done got the new house, and he said he was getting that hot tub. And then all of a sudden, we became second-class citizens.
I just got out.
Didn't want to come talk to us no more.
I just got out the hot tub myself. I just got out the hot tub.
I'm allowed to feel bougie after the last 8 years. I've been having a little mini shower, no tub. All right, it's finally time.
Giving you shit, Gio.
What the heck did I walk into?
No, I was telling Batman. I told Batman the other day when we were talking, Gio, about the new house, and I'm glad for you, and I'm happy for you, I'm proud for you. But I told him, I said, he done got that hot tub. We ain't gonna see Gio for a while, bro. Gio ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna start doing. I have to do a segment where I'm in the hot tub
like an egg.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Gio,
I was gonna say you gotta do a segment in the hot tub.
Hey, Chris,
Gio, come on.
Hey,
Gio, you like my new mic, bro? My new camera?
I love it, bro. What were you gonna tell me, Mike?
Hot tub GIF there.
For real, you need to come on the Saturday night show, late night, with the hot tub segment. I'll make it the last segment of my show every Saturday.
I may do it.
You gotta wear clothes. Clothes are mandatory. It is not optional.
I have to wear the trunks.
Just the trunks. I want to see all this, baby.
You're gonna see my Firebird chest hair because it looks like the Firebird symbol.
We used to call him the Phoenix back in high school.
I had a 1984 gold Pontiac Firebird T-tops, 4 on the floor with the black Firebird on the hood.
Guys, remember the Firebird symbol. So when you see me Saturday, you be like, "Damn, Gio wasn't lying, bro. That shit looks like a Firebird."
When Batman told me as long as he's wearing clothes, you good.
Real quick. Color and Mike, for real though. As soon as we fire Brian Flores, tell everybody in the comment section who was fighting with you, Color, about Mike McDaniel.
I would say you were.
Okay, because I'm tired of hearing this notion of a certain individual. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm tired of hearing individuals saying that they were the conductor of the Mike McDaniel train when brother over here from day one was saying, not Dable,
you know what?
not
You can go
Harbaugh.
ahead
It's the same guy that's been saying he's a train of a lot of bullshit, but he stole shit from other people. And I'm gonna put that at that, and I'm leaving it there. Good, yeah.
You guys never heard me say Dable. You guys never heard me say Harbaugh. You guys never heard me say Doug Peterson. Who was it from day one?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I might have to disagree because I did hear someone say it first to you.
I was saying McDaniel as my second overall pick behind the guy from Indianapolis.
You said what, Gio?
I don't want to tell you guys Harbaugh would never come in the first place.
Who else did you hear? Who else did you hear say it? Because
Harbaugh was a possibility. He just didn't.
He wasn't even a possibility. I'm not.
Oh yes, he was.
You guys are being. You guys are gullible. No, you guys are being gullible once again. We are going to get in this argument because you guys are being gaslit. I'm not falling for the
What type of that's
gaslights
asinine.
El
You know that's
Capitan,
asinine.
bro. If anyone's gaslighting,
You guys are
gaslit
by the organization to believe that was a possibility. I'm never going to buy it. I'm taking that to my grave, and that's a square I'm never moving on.
Well, just because you take it on your grave and you put it on your square doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah,
it means I am right.
No, it just means you're stubborn.
I am right.
No, he's
it
definitely
doesn't mean I'm stubborn.
Definitely stubborn.
It just means I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe like you guys are.
Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. And it's not
no, just because you don't believe it doesn't mean you're not being gaslit.
Listen, Mike.
No, because I believe it because I see all possibilities.
Crypto, are you here confirming right now that it was Russian hackers all
possibilities?
Are you
saying it's all possibilities
to
say that?
Work of Russian hackers.
The entire Harbaugh. No, you can say that all you want, Brian. There's a lot of people that believe the Earth is flat. Doesn't make it true.
Yeah, just like you believing that Harbaugh is not a possibility. You the same person that thinks like that.
No, you're the same person that believes that.
Crypto, you're gaslighting yourself right now.
Harbaugh was a possibility. The problem is Ross done fucked it up again. That's the problem.
That's exactly.
Don't sit here and say that Harbaugh was never a possibility, Crypto. He fucked that shit up 3 separate times. He fucked that shit up 3 separate times.
What example? What 3 separate times that he mess it up?
All right, Crypto, you ready? Number 1. Tony Sperano, he went after Harbaugh and he fucked that up. No, let me finish. You asked me. So let me finish.
I'm talking about this cycle. You're not answering it.
He said 3 times. He's going to tell you all 3.
No, 3 times this cycle. He went back.
3 times
he went back.
The cycle is Ross's ownership.
Oh,
no, I'm talking about this cycle.
Well, you can't mess up one cycle 3 times.
Yeah.
I just said if I can finish, but apparently I can't.
3 times this cycle.
I must have did that. Sorry, y'all.
Not with that on the screen, you can't finish.
Sorry.
Hey, she was smoking though. I like it though. I like it.
This cycle, when?
No, not 3 times the cycle. 3 times overall. So number 1, Tony Sperano. No. Let me finish.
Hold on. Real quick. Crypto, how long is the cycle? What is the cycle?
In 2011, he still left us holding the bag. It was public. It was public information that we wanted him.
Are you on your cycle right now?
It was public information that we wanted him back then, which means he was an eligible candidate. Which means we knew all along that we was targeting him. We didn't know we was targeting him this time. He was not on the list, so he wasn't a possibility.
All right.
Can I have Crypto? Can I have 60 seconds?
Hold on, CT.
Can I have
he doesn't
60
have to be on
seconds?
the
launch.
He doesn't have to be on the list because
we had the issue.
Hold on.
They never hired nobody ever who's never been public.
CT.
What part don't you understand?
I don't even understand what you guys are saying. Please.
CT.
What part do you not understand? The Dolphins have never hired nobody from that's never been public, that they have never made public before.
CT, figure out the navigation of this cycle and continue.
Let me go.
Here's my whole thing is in this situation, it was made apparent way before the Sperano thing, even before Sperano was on the chopping block, that Ross had affiliations with Harbaugh and that's undeniable. The problem is
Nobody's
he fucked it up
arguing that.
this Toronto time. Now that's one.
That's
Now
2011 or
2
2008.
years ago. Now 2 years ago, after Flores and that whole incident, there were rumors that were brought up, including the fact that he had spoken directly with Harbaugh, and Harbaugh said, not only have I gone to Michigan, but I'm going to stay at Michigan. That was 2. And this year alone, yes, he was willing to leave Michigan for the right situation, which, again, him interviewing with, let me finish, and I got like 10 seconds left. He had the same interviews with Minnesota, so he was willing to leave Michigan. And Ross fucked it up again. That is 3 times in a row we done fucked it up because Ross has unmitigated connection with Harbaugh, and he fucked it up every single time.
All right,
Period.
10 seconds is up. Crypto,
That's
go.
without question.
Yeah.
English, motherfuckers. His priorities. If his priorities is with somebody else and other the team he's got over $1 billion invested in, that's his fault.
I agree. I just think that he can't keep on saying, which it was made public, because this is by Ross's own admission, that he made an agreement with Harbaugh that once Harbaugh took the job at Michigan, if he was ever going to leave Michigan, that the Dolphins had number 1 priority in hiring him. And he still fucked that up.
Yeah,
How is that if
That's
Minnesota
my
was the one that
issue.
gave him the interview?
What a bum.
That's
and that's
my
why
issue.
we started around here. # toss boss Ross. That son of a bitch gotta go.
But CT, how is that possible?
Crypto,
We
how
got
does-
first bid
Crypto,
while
real
he
quick,
entertained
off
somebody
topic.
else interviewing him.
Crypto, off topic. What does Ross think of my # toss boss Ross? Does that make him upset?
No.
I want the inside
He's
scoop.
telling you
I think he's happy about that.
He's telling you right now, Chris, that
What?
he was never going to hire Harbaugh from the Gump Street. He had 7 people on his list of
You know what?
candidates,
You know
and
what
that's
I'm
what the list
telling
he was
him?
going by.
Do you know what I'm telling him? I'm telling him to make sure to hit the like and subscribe button here on the Fins Tailgate, you guys. And also make sure to check out all the great content. Talk TMI Tuesday, live at 9. And then also you got right after that.
Cutler,
is
you
open
probably
mic,
noticed
Mike
how
on the
many
mic.
head coaches in Dolphins history
Hold on,
have
man.
we
Let
had
me
so far?
run this down. Crypto, you'll have your time, dog.
He doesn't
Open
interrupt
mic
the
on the mic, and then Saturdays at 10 with Drop the Mic. Color commentary live on Thursdays at 10. You guys catch color, and then always you guys can help out the Fins Tailgate, Cash App, Venmo. You can catch El Capitan. Also, guys, link is in the description. Link is in the description for all kinds of
Who in the hell is typing?
new things.
Oh, that
for-
hoodie is legit.
Look at the new TFTG gear
Hey,
that we're
that's
gonna be
nice.
selling around
That
here.
is sick.
Oh, look at
All
that.
kinds
That's
of good
sick.
TFTG gear coming at
I
you
like them right
live
there.
and in
I like
style.
that. I like that.
Tank tops and
America.
stuff like that. So
the flip-flops, bro.
once
Where's that
again,
link
guys,
at? Drop that
The
link in the description. Or yeah.
Is she available with the hat?
is she available with the hat? She's at
I was
Deshaun
gonna
Watson's
say
house.
if
You'll have
she's
to fight him
available,
for her.
hey,
Hold on, let me see my wife first so I don't get a shoe thrown at me. Hold on.
I'll see if I can drop the link in the chat,
My
guys.
wife is right next to me, guys. So
But
So
really
Alex, don't get
soon,
a fucking
really soon,
thing.
It's
we'll
real
have that
simple.
she
apparel
come
out
with
for
the hat,
everybody.
right? She come with the hat, right?
Yeah, sure, whatever you want, man. Just buy. If you buy enough hats, you'll get her. So keep buying hats until you get her, and let me know when that happens.
Not a hot cake,
Hey,
but I got.
I almost
Since Shula, wait, color. Since Shula, have we had about almost 10 new head coaches since Shula?
Something like that.
We've had
Okay.
7. We've had
No, I think-
7.
7 since
7.
Shula. All 7 coaches have been hired from a list that we've been made public since been given interest of that's been public. We've never hired nobody from behind closed
Gase
doors.
and Philbin were both
Every-
made public.
Every single one of them, including Don Shula,
You
since
guys keep going
1969.
backwards. What are you guys arguing
Since
about?
every one of them has been made public to us,
John,
and
I've been
we've
trying to figure
always
that out myself
eventually
for all
we've
this.
always eventually hired somebody who's been made public, who we've been interested in,
You
who's
just
been made
told me your
public.
age.
And once McDaniel gets fired, The next coach is going to be from a list that we made public, not no backdoor deal.
So what Crypto is saying is Harbaugh had no chance because we didn't say it publicly. That's
Absolutely.
what
That's been
Crypto's
the
saying.
practice for 50 years. That's what I've been saying.
Everything works. That's how
On another note,
because for the last 50 years, that's been the practice.
On
Go
another
ahead,
note,
Mike.
On another note, Crypto lost.
Harbaugh never stood a chance.
On another note, I got a little hot take for y'all. Tua is going to be the next athletic version of Steve Young in year 3.
You keep smoking that crack, bro.
Ooh.
That's not crack. That's weed.
Not crack, bro.
That's the devil's lettuce, as Lucky You points out.
I'm all on it because I agree. I think that a lot of people are putting this man down, and I'm sorry, but improvements can come through. But nah, man.
Like McDonald said, he's got 300 hats. He's still trying to get the lady. Maybe it's when you hit the 600 hat mark, bro.
So I ordered literally, guys, I ordered a package, and in the description it said, yeah, right. No, but I ordered the package for a camera, and in the description it said the stickers are not in every box. If you find one, consider yourself lucky. I feel like that's the same way for
a sticker.
Well, they were things that go on the camera. I can't explain it, but
well, I guess, Mike, it depends on how much each hat is, and where you think that your luck runs out with her coming with it. That's the question.
I think you have to buy a multitude of everything. Look, you need all this gear real quick, and then once you have enough of them, she'll just come knocking on your door.
Well, hey, Chris, I'm gonna say it real quick, and I'm gonna be done with it. So, if it's all the money I done spent on all my wives, I'm pretty sure that unless I buy enough of those and she comes with it, it'll still come out cheaper in the end.
John, that's a really good point, bro. He says, is it MC the only coach we have hired that we had prior interest in? I believe we tried to hire him as OC.
That's right. And when we hired Flores in here, they were going after Mike McDaniel hard. And honestly, guys, that's kind of where I go back to what Mike was saying earlier on TD's channel about Deshaun Watson and things like that. If you guys remember, he wanted to go to San Francisco. He liked that offense, that style of offense that they run in San Francisco. He wants to run that. And I think in some ways that's the type of offense that what's his name? O'Brien was trying to make happen and just never could get it off the ground and really just, stomped his feet on his way out and destroyed the organization, which tends to be a trend in these Belichick tree guys, I'll say.
Well, O'Brien's an idiot.
Anyhow, Cap, bro, we haven't heard from you, Cap. What's going on, brother?
Hey, nothing much, man. I'm just everybody's saying why we argue so much, and I always preface this. This is what happens when you don't make the playoffs, man. You're just gonna
banging the drum with that.
Yeah,
you're gonna dissect every little bit of what should be done. We're gonna play GM. Everybody's gonna think that this organization is a clown show, and I mean you can't argue that fact. But yeah, but
I disagree. Kat. Because everybody's going to be disenfranchised or unhappy, even if we made the playoffs. If we lose a game, it's always the pointing fingers. It's always where is the guy that we're going to create the scapegoat. That's the issue.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's we need to break that, man, because down here is all about gotcha journalism. We got the media vultures down here, and they always want that hot story. And unfortunately, it's always us being in drama, never in the playoffs. So we got to break that, man. And unfortunately,
I don't blame that on the media so much, Cap. I blame that a lot on ownership. It seems
Hey, panel, real quick, I gotta go, man. I gotta put the kids to bed over here already, and I still got a lot of stuff to close out. I missed everybody, every one of y'all. I love the shooting the shit. I love the hot takes. But I want you guys to marinate on this for real. Go look at Steve Young's career, man, and let me know why you're gonna say
when he was on the bench in Tampa, or he played with San Fran. Which one?
He played a couple games in Tampa. He played 14. Remember that?
Gio, just real quick.
On the bench.
Always, you know what the common denominator is in a lot of quarterbacks? The common denominator that I notice in a lot of quarterbacks that people say Tua is going to become are always quarterbacks that became that after they left the team that drafted them. Just saying.
Oh, I said this,
That's true.
and dude, on that point, like I have a video before I ever started doing podcasts, and I mentioned that I think Tua could be great, but I don't think it's ever going to happen in Miami. It was always the next stop for me, and it's been the next stop for me since this whole debacle started. Is because I think he has a skill set to be great, but I don't think he wants to come back to Miami after his rookie deal is done.
It's all up to McDaniel.
Yeah,
to
you
fix
have
that.
said that, Mike. I remember you saying that.
All right, Gio. Good night, my brother. Thanks for coming in, man.
Good one. And to all my Texans, the Miami Heat will win the championship.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir.
Yes, but it might be Dallas.
We smacking that shit around like a wet pussy. Yeah.
Damn, CT coming out with a good.
Nah, I ain't joking. Hey, Mike and I were on it, bro, earlier on TV show. We don't want to get on the Heat train because I love Mike to death, but Mike can keep being optimistic about Dallas all he wants.
I'm
but
saying, bro, I've been hearing it from
Miami
all
real,
year.
bro. Miami real. It ain't about positivity or optimism. It's real, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, just go look at the defense. Just go look at the defensive stats. Go look at the defensive stats since January 1st, and then tell me if
I don't care about that defensive stat. The fact that, again, Mike, we just blew out a team. We were winning by 27 points. We put in our fucking fifth rotation guys, and we still won by 14.
Dallas
That's
just came
without
back.
Lowry, without Obadipo. Bro, this team from top to bottom is stacked, bro.
You can't put too much
This
stock in
team
it.
is top to bottom stacked.
They're gonna get crushed come playoff time.
Crypto, you're out of your mind tonight. I got.
Hey, Crypto, you want to put money on it, bro? Let's do it, bro. I'm not allowed to bet the public.
Crypto's got them bitcoins, brother.
And
Crypto's
the Heat are about
losing.
the Heat are going to get
Losing it,
crushed in
Crypto.
the
What's going
playoffs.
on?
Stephen
Ross give you some bad news, dog. Tell me.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Stephen Ross
He's mad, bro. He's upset
He didn't
today.
give me no bad news. He wanted me to
that's that
tell you
post
guys
office
he's issuing an
overtime.
apology for gaslighting you guys back
really?
after he hired Flo. He told me that he wants to issue an apology to the Dolphins fans.
I
For
was
hiring
here all day
Flores?
long.
Crypto,
Gio,
you're
go
a
home
you're
with
a
your
post
take.
office guy? You do the mail?
Huh?
You work at the post office, someone said?
Do I work there? Yeah,
I don't know where that's going, John. I think that.
I do. I know exactly where that's.
Well, no, I was going to tell him, see if we could get on one of those routes to Stephen Ross's house.
Oh, yeah.
The who?
Never mind. It was a bad joke.
Oh, come on. Can I say my joke now? I gotta say mine. I
I
now.
already know what your
Since he
joke
brought
is,
it up.
CT.
No, you don't.
Of course
Hey,
I do. Go ahead.
go ahead. Because if you say it, I'll give you money. Go ahead.
Is it about him working at the post office?
Well, yeah, but that's obvious. But what am I gonna say?
You got to talk about something about crypto going postal.
Ross done sent him a letter telling him that if he don't keep talking shit about Mike McDaniel and Harbaugh, that he ain't gonna have a job no longer.
Damn, bro.
Ross all up in that shit. He got the post office in his back pocket.
Propaganda.
What's up, Sharif? I haven't heard from you yet, brother. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's good, man? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
What's good, man? Hey, what's your guys' thoughts on that video that I posted on Twitter this morning?
Yeah, I was
I
going
didn't
to
see
bring
nothing
that
on
up,
Twitter.
Sharif.
I didn't
What's
see
the nature of that? When was that taken?
Hey, I don't do Twitter. I stay, for the most part, you guys are cool. I know you guys are on Twitter, but I stay sucker free from that. So what are you talking about?
What I'll do is I'll just play
Exactly.
it right now.
Capitan the same damn way. I ain't all about that bullshit.
Listen, I didn't open up a Twitter until I opened up this YouTube. I'd kill it on Twitter. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Twitter's funny as hell
I
to
like
me.
Twitter, but I haven't been on it.
I kill it on Twitter.
But does
It's
Twitter
like a
have
27 clip audio, so I'll play it right now.
All right, hold on. Everybody turn your mics on mute, please.
I'm guessing that's not taking place. I do know for a fact that Brian thinks he got backstabbed by some guys in the organization. Right. And there's no reason to go through the names today. But I do have 5 names. But I'm going to sleep with them. Okay. I'm going to sleep with them. Just write it.
That was from Joe Rose, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Did you hear him last week, Chris? When he said that you didn't hear him last week when he said he didn't believe in Tua either?
Oh, listen,
Joe
Rose has been saying that for a long
Cap,
time.
he already said that before when he was interviewing
no one
Baldinger.
can tell me that Big O or our community of Dolphin YouTubers has more inside closer to Dan Marino than Joe Rose. And if Joe Rose say he knows 5
that's the
names,
flagship station, people. If they said to him,
Joe Rose does color commentary for the Miami Dolphins on the radio.
Hold on. I'm going to respond to that right now. 560 is a crapshoot. Okay?
What?
It always has been. Here's the thing.
Is that why they get rid of the Big O?
Is that why they call it the Joe now?
Wait a minute here. Whoa, wait a minute here.
I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean.
UAN could be whatever they are, but Joe Rose is the color commentator for the Miami Dolphins radio broadcast.
Not only that, it's Joe, QAM the Joe now. It's his station.
Yeah. But listen, let me finish. Here's the thing. 560, you can't say anything wrong about the Dolphins. Here's the thing.
He just said he don't believe in Tua. That's something wrong about the Dolphins.
Because Joe Rose has seniority. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to say. That's exactly what we're trying to say, Alexander. Thanks.
Yeah, but color at the same time. When Jason Taylor was on the color commentary with Joe Rose, Jason Taylor said that Tua had a lot of qualities that he looks for in a franchise quarterback. And this is coming from a guy who's used to beat the shit out of franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah, but the other guy on the other token is a guy that's been watching this team for 30 years.
And CT, my point is, if 5 of those coaches are still on the staff, if one thing goes wrong in week 6 before trading deadline, guess who's gonna have to be wary of 5 guys on his staff who turned against the last guy? And Joe knows. See, let's not skip over that. Let's just not skip over that. We're gonna have to look
Bro Camper said it on his show that there's Dolphin magnates that are not willing to go down this road and continue to support what we're putting on the field.
And I got no problem with that. The only issue that I have is, again, I have no problem moving off the 2 if he's not showing the improvement. The issue is, again,
it's not about moving off a Tua. It's what they had planned from the get-go, and they're ruining this kid. It's not about Tua, man. It's about Ross and what Greer believes, man.
Yep.
I'm not saying that. Just like I was trying to finish it. If Tua is the issue, then let's move off of him. But if we continue to have offensive line issues, if we continue to have wide receiver issues, if we have continuity problems, whether it's DeBoyer and all the excuses
on the staff, lying on
waiting on Vic Fangio, I don't care about any of that.
That's my point.
It starts putting pressure on Greer. It's not about Tua or McDaniel, it's on Greer.
So CT, really quickly.
Well, I mean, of course they're going to have little issues.
Hold on, Alex. Hold on. CT, if Tua brings us to the playoffs but doesn't win us a playoff game, is that a success or a failure?
Well, I think that's a nuanced question. So if you're saying that we get to the playoffs and we had a winning record overall in the regular season, and Tua went above and beyond, and say just like this past season that our defense fucked us and lost 4 games, 3 of them by a field goal, and the 4th game by a touchdown given up with under 1 minute to go. If that's the circumstance, then I would consider it a success if the defense let us out, but Tua still won us.
They got blown out or something, man.
It's a free pass.
You know how many
What if it's
teams
the other way
build
around?
for a
Like
defense
McDaniel
that
trying
gives
to
up
answer the
the
question
winning
about
If it's the other way
Oh my
around, get rid of Tua. I got no problem with it.
If
I've been the
I
first,
want
and
everyone to hear this. I want
Mike and
all
I have
the-
talked about this shit personally, and we've said this shit multiple times.
I want
So
all the
don't give
Dolphins-
don't
Mikey
don't give
Mann
out
on
this
that
narrative
Cowboys
that
defense.
if
I'm a
Tua
Tua
is
fucking dick
back,
sucker.
500 times is gonna
No,
make it
that's
true.
not what I'm
has the
saying.
Get off my
offensive
keyboard,
line,
cat.
and he has the
We
wide
get you,
receivers,
CT. You
and we
you
go into
giving
the
all
playoffs
options.
and we lose the playoffs. If he has a total meltdown like that fucking Buffalo game from 2 years ago, or the fucking Titans game from this year, we got to move off Tua, guys. I don't want to hear fucking excuses. Oh my god!
I mean, if he was good in the regular season, he just have a meltdown in the playoff. That don't mean you
The
just let him
Buffalo
go.
game from
That's
2
stupid.
years
That means
ago,
a lot.
was
That's
just,
when it matters.
the
That would be
Buffalo
an
game from 2
asinine
years ago,
comment,
that was just a
Brian.
whole organization failure.
That's dumb.
It was a
Brian, he's got to get over a regular primetime game before we could even talk about melting down in the playoffs. He's already melting. He already melts down in a
Yeah, but
regular
call it on a
primetime game.
primetime game. He came in the Ravens game and won the
So
game.
basically, you accept Mac
Don't
Jones'
bring that
performance.
narrative
Because
about
Mac Jones,
primetime
because Mac
bullshit.
Jones melted down in the playoffs, and he had a good record.
Baltimore.
Mac Jones had a
He can
stellar
barely get
record.
through the guy. He can barely
And
get
he
through the
melted
teams
down.
we're supposed
So
to beat.
are they
Yeah,
going
they
to move
melt
off
down,
him?
but they okay. So now if he melt down 2 times in the playoff, they get off of him.
I can't
That's
hear
dumb.
nothing. No, you go.
So, guys,
Plucking
But at least he had a playoff game to melt down.
Exactly, because of his coaching staff. He has a great coaching staff.
Slow down, boys.
Hey, there's
Slow
a
down,
mute
boys.
all button.
Well, their coaching staff didn't do him nothing last year, but previous year, and they had Tom Brady.
5, 6,
Yeah,
that's why they want to go get weapons.
what I thought is interesting, right?
That's why they
I
went to
just
go
want
in
to
the
make this
offseason
clear.
and spend all that money.
I kill you.
5, 6.
Still build a team around him.
So, guys,
Yeah, we spent a lot of money.
what
What
I
happened to
thought was
us?
interesting,
We
right?
spent it in.
Everybody love everybody. Come on.
So really, where
Yeah,
we
and they have a
sit
better
at
offensive line.
this
Dolphins
moment.
didn't spend a lot of money.
560 is
This-
a
They had
yeah,
more money
I
than
know,
the
John.
Patriots.
All right, guys. Let's try not to talk completely all over each other. It's absolute madness at this point.
Okay, sorry.
I would agree that the
That
perception.
560 has fluff.
No.
560 is
560.
Can't get this on Twitter, bro.
Listen, 560. Joe don't pull no punches. He gonna tell you how he feels, and
Big
in more
O.
ways than one, you can bet your sweet ass, Alex, and that's a sweet ass, buddy, that Joe Rose says what a lot of people feel
But Big
in that
O
building.
is a better broadcaster than Joe Rose is.
If that
Big
was
O-
the case,
Big O
Big
has
O
more
wouldn't have been
insiders.
fired and not elevated to be the Big O WQ 60 AM and not Big O.
He's open to the reason why he got fired. The reason why he got fired.
I
is because he
I
didn't
hear
wanna take
it.
no
I
crap
got
from
it.
nobody.
Listen, I'm not gonna measure
Big O.
Big
Please do
O
not conjure that man's
versus Joe Rose. That's on a different podcast somewhere else. There's no comparison.
What you
There's
hate him?
no
You know football.
comparison. One's a
Hey,
broadcaster.
everybody
one's
agree?
One's a
Hey,
football
how many Hall
player
of
that
Fame?
they
How many
the
Hall of Fame
Patriots had a
quarterbacks
good
did
running
Big
game and
O
good
catch
defense.
their first pass from?
But
They
again,
have that
color
this year.
has nothing to do with broadcasting as far as
Big O's been
catching
around this team
touchdowns.
since the beginning.
No,
The
but
bottom
it
line
also-
is this. The bottom line is this. Joe Rose talks to all the players that are the Amarat. Everyone that wears a Dolphins jacket and his names are in the rafters and is sitting in there and their asses are kissed and they're the ones that, are the greats of this team. You can bet you can guarantee Joe Rose talks to all of them. All of them.
Yeah, but
So
Joe
when he
Rose is
says how
also
he
the same
feels,
guy, Chris.
when he says how he feels, he goes into detail with people around him. So whether he believes it or whatever.
But Chris, this is the same guy that when we got Cam Wake out of the CFL, that he said Cam Wake was going to be absolute garbage because he came from the CFL. So
CT, I have
again,
no ability to approve or disprove that because, dude, there's
I
no
disagree
way
with that,
I'm
CT.
finding-
He had beef
Wait,
with
you
Jeff
got
Bradley.
that?
I don't know
How
about
could
that.
I
He moved
find
that
that
Allen
out,
Made.
CT?
It's
How could
possible.
I go
because
back
I've been
enough to
watching
everything's
this
possible,
team and
right?
I've been
CT,
reading the newspapers for
Okay,
years.
wait a minute.
This is
Concede
the
the point.
same
Hold
thing
on.
that
Concede the
said.
point.
Go
Concede the
Google
point.
it.
Hold on. Concede the point for a
Google it.
second. Okay, so was he saying that about Cam Wake after his 23rd game?
Nah, I don't know.
Most likely not.
Well, we don't know, do we?
Not the second game, he wasn't saying that about Wake, I'm sure.
Listen,
I just
bottom line,
remember
you get
that
guys
when we
from-
had made
Throw
that
anecdotes out there. I can
acquisition,
throw anecdotes out there too.
Wait, see,
no, I agree. I'm not saying
No,
that.
Cutler, he was not saying that in his 23rd game. And
All I'm
took him his
trying to
second
say
game to
is
figure
I'm
out
not
Cam
going to
Wake was the real deal.
blindly. I am not going to blindly agree with Joe just
Well, that's fine,
because
CT.
Just Big O, not
he's
Joe
been
Rose. Not
just
you,
because
CT.
But
Joe
see, the whole
Rose
point
has been
here for
covering the
all
team for
Dolphin
30
fans,
years,
CT, is
just the same
the
way
whole
that
point here.
Omar Kelly,
It's not
just the
blind.
same way that Omar Kelly has been reporting on this team for 14 years. So do you think that
We can go on and
because
on.
of
We can go on
seniority
and
of
on.
how long
Reason.
they've been doing it that they're right?
We can go.
Nah,
We
that's
can go
ridiculous.
on and on.
Blindly
Dolphins.
agreeing with a guy like Joe Rose. You
Joe
can't
Rose
call
is a
that
player.
blindly agreeing.
Yeah,
with
I
him.
wouldn't call
He's
the
been
blind
involved with the
agreement of
organization
Joe
longer
Rose
than Omar Kelly.
a barometer of understanding football. Pro athlete, played football, calls football games forever, and has a radio show with guys that come on from all over.
That play for the
Florio
Dolphins.
comes on there.
No, this
all
is
that.
part of the
more
same
credibility
strategy
than
of
Omar
shitting
Kelly
on
does.
anybody that reports negatively about Tua. That's what this is about. Don't kid
literally-
yourselves.
But CT, you have to admit that Joe Rose got way more credibility than
Joe
Omar
Rose,
Kelly does.
everybody's
He's got way
trash
more
that
credibility.
says
So,
anything
guys,
negative about
He's
Joe
got
Rose
way
didn't
more
know Cam
credibility
Wake was good.
than what's his name?
You guys have to understand.
Nobody was saying Joe
Big
Rose
O
was
Guys.
trash
has-
20 years
Big
ago.
O talks to
Okay,
Omar
now
Kelly,
Tua's in
Alan
the building and Joe
Kupar.
Rose
No,
is trash.
sometimes Big O
So
get
give me
out
a
of control,
freaking
man.
break, man.
Alexander, you know that.
Nonsense.
Alan
When
Kupar,
crypto,
Cameron Wolf,
crypto.
So the whole point, guys,
Omar Kelly.
the whole point, right?
Also,
The whole point of this whole thing with Big O and with Joe Rose knowing anything is that we have a situation with Richie Incognito and Dave Thomas. We have that in our coaching staff and in our front office. It's not with the players bullying each other anymore. We have a bigger bullying incognito problem from the owner down to the GM on to the coach. And I'm gonna tell you, that's a disastrous thing in the making. And all I'm saying is, if
I gotta
five
be
coaches
honest, bro.
are
That's
here,
kind of a stretch,
if
dog.
five
that there's a
coaches
whole
are here,
conspiracy of
you are
bullying.
I'm going to
turning
have
on
to report
people.
that to Stephen Ross, Sharif. He is not a bully.
Yeah, but our offensive line coaches
tell you,
have
it's a
issues
Richie
with
Incognito
bullying, and the
situation.
next one had issues with cocaine. So
Yep.
what's the next fucking problem, bro? What's the next fucking excuse?
You want to know? You want to know what the next issue is, boys?
Well,
The
how
next-
about don't try to get Deshaun Watson while
The
Tua is
next
playing?
issue.
How about
the
don't
next
try to get
issue is bringing in a
Tony
quarterback
Corral
with
Gonna be
legal
wearing
while you're
trouble.
looking
sundress
at
up in the
Barber.
motherfucking locker room. That's gonna be the next issue.
The next issue is going to be.
Wait a
That's
minute. What did you
bullying.
say?
But don't you
John?
agree
They're
that's
gonna bring
bullying?
strippers inside the locker room. There
You know
go.
what?
They're going to bring strippers inside the locker room.
That's
There you
that's
go.
right.
The thing
They're
is,
already there.
but isn't
That's
that
what
bullying?
Deshaun Watson
If you know
wants.
you
That's
wanted
why
to
you
be
want
the
to come here, bro.
and you just
You don't
drafted a
remember?
QB.
Hey, you don't remember the
That's
story
why
I told
Deshaun
one
Watson
time?
wanted to come.
Hey, Crypto, you don't remember the story I told one time
That's
that Channing
bullying.
Crowder said on the air about when he was down here for his rookie class
Yeah,
with
Nick
Saban?
Saban, and he
Yes,
brought the
I remember
stripper
that,
in to dance
Cap.
with for Saban. Saban didn't like it a lot.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We've done
story.
it all, man.
Yeah, what you
I
talking
remember,
about, bro?
Cap. You're right.
We're
But-
even looking at a
but,
new
hey,
Just the
quarterback on
same
the
way
team
they
right
craft
now.
the fucking
But
A
point
real
here's
arm
the thing I'm
talent.
Watson to
trying to
all
say.
the right
And I'm
masseuses,
gonna
and Kraft's
end
gonna
my-
point
I'm
him to
gonna end my
all
point.
the right fucking lawyers.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
it.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
So if I'm the owner and I can pull,
Hello?
That's right.
Yeah,
Pretty much all
exactly.
bet.
Hello?
So now that we're gonna try to put this back on the rails,
Big O reports
At
to
this
everybody.
moment-
Cameron Wolf.
who Big O
Okay,
has
so
dinner with
Big
Cameron
O,
Wolf?
Big O has so many insiders more than Joe Rose does.
Oh my
Okay.
God, Alex!
Cam-
I
Are
wouldn't
you
say all that
kidding?
much.
Alex,
No
Where do
way.
you get this stuff from, bro? Do you just get this thought in your head and you're like,
No,
I'm just
listen,
gonna go with it
listen.
forever?
Hey,
Alex, you cannot go down that road.
Slow down, everybody. Slow down. Slow down.
Slow down, everybody. Slow down. Slow down.
All right, we got feedback on some.
All right, we got
big time.
Yep.
Yeah, we got feedback. What is going on with this?
Big O 32 years.
Okay,
Joe Rose
so-
only 30.
So listen,
Okay.
Big
Cameron,
O,
hold on,
Alex,
Chris, hold on.
Alex, hold
Bet,
on, brother.
exactly,
Listen,
Alex.
Big O
How many playing
is
years
somebody
does
I've
Big
listened.
O
Hold on,
has?
Crypto. Hold on. I've listened to Big O forever, bro. Forever since he was doing nights. Okay, always listened to him. He has great insiders. But I'm sorry, there's no way that the flagship Miami Dolphins station has less insiders than anyone. It's not happening. They literally bring that radio team to the Dolphin functions. They're there. So there's no way. They talk to more players, more people, more insiders than anyone. Granted, do I love all the insiders that come on Big O's show? I'll watch. It's great content. Totally love it. But it's all speculation from all of them. And really, guys, the difference since Chris Greer has come into the building, nobody knows shit. Since he's owned this whole deal, they got rid of a lot of people right before Flores. They flushed a lot of things out. It wasn't just the players that they got rid of. They got tons of staff turnover. Everything you're hearing, if it's rumors, it's coming from players, people, their agents, their teams, their entire ordeal. And there's probably a good amount of good information coming out in that rumorville. But if you think you know what the team is going to do, as far as an organization speaking, you don't know shit. And crypto might be closest with the only thing they're gonna do is maybe put something out there to see how the public will react or soften the blow in a way. If they know they're gonna hire Mike McDaniel, they'll show some other stuff maneuvering where Mike McDaniel looks like the big hire that they always wanted. It's just how it works, guys. You're talking about PR teams that are worth tens of millions of dollars, guys. Tens of millions of dollars are spent into this team, making sure that the narrative is bought, sold, and enjoyed by us.
Yeah, too bad our scouting department isn't worth that much.
I know, bro. I know.
The 1.6 million color. They didn't want to spend the 1.6 million. That's why.
Or our fucking medical staff.
You
You
know exactly.
You cannot fucking keep our players healthy. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know, CT. There is some, and we've talked about this at other times. There is some questions made about that, but at the same time, when I think about some of the injuries the quarterback had, and I look at all the time he said he was fine and playing and doing well, when it came to that cold weather, rainy, wet game, it looked like all those injuries have mounted to pain in that game.
Well, if I can get 30 seconds, so I've said this before, and Mike and I talked about it. You cannot deny the fact that the same medical staff who has consistently not kept Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Alan Hearns, Albert Wilson, misdiagnosing to his fractured ribs for 4 fucking days. There are so many fucking examples of this medical staff being incompetent that to the point where I'm throwing it out there on this show right now. Hey, I don't make nearly as much as these other guys do, but I can put a competent fucking medical staff together. The Dolphins, hit me up, please.
Holler at your boy. CT, get the inside notion when you get there, dog. Holler at your boy.
You'll make Tua start throwing right again.
They definitely need it.
Turn Tua into a running back.
Tell me I'm wrong, though. Tell me I'm wrong about.
No, you're not. I've always been against them.
Injuries.
I
go ahead, Mike.
With Tua and all of that. Tell me I'm not wrong.
The whole NFL, bro. The whole NFL has got injuries because of COVID. Ever since
but
COVID came into the picture, no one's been training as much.
No, this is beyond.
This has been happening way beyond
bullshit.
No, John, that's way before. This has been historical for the Dolphins since day one. Way before COVID. They've been a China cabinet. They've been a China cabinet before COVID even started.
Exactly. Thank you. Don't start that bullshit.
What the fuck is
it? It means that our medical staff has been making issues with players because again, Devontae Parker's been here for 5 years. 5 years. COVID is only 2 years old. So let's not sit here and say, oh my God, it's because of COVID and the medical staff can't deal with COVID. Nah, that's horseshit. They've been making these fucked up mistakes over and over again.
Out on a big
way
time
before COVID
tonight, bro.
CT gonna go attack.
I'm sorry, but no, I don't want to hear no COVID bullshit.
You know I think I know how Tua injured.
That's stupidity.
I don't
That's
think
guys.
Yeah,
if I get 30 seconds,
hold up, guys. I know how
That
Tua
was his
injured
name,
his
CT,
ribs
Dr. Uribe.
because it
Alex,
took
I
a couple
tried.
of days. It took a couple of days for the broken ribs to show through because he actually got injured in practice. I got video of it right here.
5. Good. 7.
See, it was on that fall he actually broke the ribs. I wasn't gonna let it go all the way out. The video goes a little further. That's one of those hairline fractures.
I'm sure I'll probably get in trouble for this, but I want to say it right here, and I've said it before. So the standard procedure in a game, if a guy gets injured, you're going in and you're taking X-rays in the building because that's the equipment that you have accessible in an NFL locker room. The issue is afterward, you have multiple different abilities to evaluate this injury. You have MRI, you have ultrasound imaging, you have CT scans. You've got all kinds of options.
Yeah, I got
My
you.
issue is it took 4 fucking days. 4 days. And the worst part is not even that it took 4 days. But the issue is they came out after the game and said he didn't have any fractures. It was just bruised ribs. And then Monday, they said it was bruised ribs with the possibility of microfractures. So then 2 days later, so overall, this is 4 days later, they said, finally, they said that he had broken ribs. I'm sorry, but as a medical professional, that is absolute retarded negligence. It is absolutely retarded negligence. Period.
CT, do you think
there's no way
in the
that it takes No. Let me finish real quick, and I apologize. You can ask me this, but I want to finish this.
Hold on, Color. Let him finish.
There's
I gotta ask him a
way
question about it, and then I want to throw it to Mike.
Yeah, you can, but I want to finish this soapbox. There's no way that in the NFL we talk about NCAA teams and the surgeries and the access to medical care that they have. There's no way that you're telling me that Tua had a tightrope ankle surgery the day after he got injured at Alabama, but it took 4 motherfucking days for an NFL group of medical professionals to say he had a broken rib. Stop it. That's fucking ridiculous.
So CT, I'll pose a question. It's a 2-part question, but it's really a 1 question in 2 parts. Okay. And we've heard later in the year after this broken rib incident that you're saying, I don't know why I put it in quotes. Anyhow, Tua was said while he was on the IR, wasn't playing.
Good night, guys.
From people there, see you, Alex. That people
Chris,
were
good night,
saying,
guys. Everybody have a great night.
Later, brother. God bless, my man.
You too.
So it was said that, hey, Tua's actually not injured. He can play right now. They're keeping him off. That's the storyline I was fed at the time, and that's the storyline I hear today. So was that hairline fracture real, or was it something that they ended up dissecting over a 4-day period because he's still in pain and they find out, hey, yeah, actually there is some hairline fractures. But then again, it was ruled bruised ribs, so it was obviously minor enough to be overlooked. And also when you have hairline fractures like that, and you would know this, that when the ribs are swollen right there and the fractures are so small, you have to wait till the swelling goes down to actually see them through ultrasound and stuff like that. You can still, but if they're so small that it takes time for the swelling to come down to make the picture available to see. So it is something that does happen.
And one other thing,
So
could I just say
there's
for
a
a second?
misconception, and let me comment on this. So again, I'm probably going to get in trouble, and I just don't give a fuck right now.
CT, can I just say for a second?
Let color get his in, and then go ahead.
Is it out of the realm of possibility? And I'm just asking the question, that the information that they let out to the public for that at the beginning and the and during and the end of that 4 days was misinformation? I mean, it seems to me like you're spending a lot of energy and getting quite upset over something that could just be false reporting to you.
I think
a member of the
Bills.
public.
It was the Bills game, Mr. Godovolo. Mick Godovolo, excuse me. Really, what I want to know, CT, in a not for certain, obviously, because there's no certainty to it, but in a speculatory sense, was this hairline fracture found late because it was something that was there and not found, or was it something there that wasn't there that was found to keep him off the field? Because that's kind of the narrative I was shown later down the line. Up, Tua's banged up, he's injured. Well, actually, no, Tua's fine. They're trying to keep him off the field. That's what I'm being sold. So what is
any of you Apple fanboys? Can any of you Apple fanboys out there tell me how to factory reset this damn iPad?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Color.
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, okay.
So I want to say this real quick.
For my question, please.
As far as misinformation, I can't quote on that. I don't know, and there is that possibility because unfortunately, us exercise physiologists and some things that we say, and most of us aren't allowed to speak publicly. But if you're allowed to, and you're in that circumstance to speak publicly, whether it's the training staff, the medical staff, the surgeon, whoever it may be, yes, there are times where you're going to be handcuffed in what you can and can't say. So I'm not going to speak on that part. But what I will speak on is, yes, I understand what you're saying. There are issues or times or circumstances in which you can have micro fractures or micro fractures, whatever you want to call it. It is minuscule fractures in the bone that on an X-ray will be difficult to spot. And an X-ray technician will have very hard times finding micro fractures on an X-ray evaluation, even if they're great at what they do. But yes, inflammation does affect X-rays and other issues. But when you take a CAT scan or an MRI, swelling is not as much of an issue as you think it is. So whether it's the medical staff or whoever's reading the MRI is not as qualified, maybe that's an issue too.
What are you
I'm not going
talking
to
about?
specifically say
You
what the
cannot do an MRI if there's inflammation. You have to wait at least 2 weeks to 30 days to do an MRI.
Yeah,
X-rays
that's kind of what I understand too. The sonogram and
whoever said that, who said that,
a sonogram and
personal injury.
Please go do your research before you comment on something you know nothing about. That's all I'm going to ask.
I read MRIs and X-rays all day. You can conduct an X-ray immediately after a fracture. You cannot do an MRI if there's inflammation because MRIs pick up the muscles, and if there's inflamed muscles, you can't find the tears.
So why do they wait again? So the MRIs, it takes 2 or 3 days afterward, but there is still inflammation. Even if someone tears an ACL, you're going to have inflammation between 60 and 90 days. But yet they do MRI evaluations on people the day after that they have an MRI or an ACL tear. Come on, what you're saying is absolutely ignorant.
I think it's
absolutely ignorant.
I read MRIs. MRIs are not done. I know you're going to say in the sports world that they're done right away and that they're able to detect tears. But if you want a true MRI done, you have to wait until the inflammation goes down somewhat to get a true reading of the MRI, bro. That's something.
And I just said that 2 or 3 days versus you saying 60 days. That's ridiculous,
I said 15
bro.
to 30 days.
Put it on mute.
And 15 to 30 is still absolutely ridiculous.
Just for the record, there's been 22 wide receivers that started all 17 games. And Miami Dolphins only have one receiver on that list, and that's Mac Hollins. So this nonsense about everybody gets injured throughout the team, that's more than half the team. That's more than half the league has had their pair wide receivers that started the whole game. or the
Waddle
whole
had
season.
the COVID thing on Chris.
Oh yeah, that's
why.
right. That's right.
Waddle
he
had
didn't play the full year. That's right.
Waddle
He
would
only
have been
played
the other
16
one.
games. That's right.
He would have been the second one, but he missed that one game because of the COVID
So,
thing.
Big John Stud, I'm sure you were listening, and thanks for hopping in, my brother.
So
Did you
we
get the
do
link?
have Iron Man still in this league that plays all
Good luck,
17
Chris.
game seasons.
Big John, did you? I see you got the link. That's good. I'm glad the link's working finally.
God damn it, John. How you been? We've been trying to get at you, bro. Me and Cap, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. First of all, since I
Bro,
finally
for
got
2
everybody
weeks,
quiet.
bro. 2 weeks.
Fashionably late, huh?
Nah, he's been giving us heart attacks, bro. What's wrong with you,
listen,
man?
I'm like Ja Rule in the song, bro. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. So to clarify something, I was actually I was supposed to get on earlier, right? And my daughter had a situation occur. She had to go to the hospital. She's doing good. Nobody flip out. She fell because she thinks everybody's house is a jungle gym, bro. And I told her, you can't try to climb on somebody's. She has a habit. When she gets to your house, she likes to climb on your couch. And because she went to my brother's crib and he had an air mattress next to the couch, she likes to jump off shit. So she thought she could jump off my friend's couch and she hit her fucking ass all over the floor. It happens,
bro.
Jesus.
Sounds like WWE is in the future in your household, man. She might be one of those female
I'm
WWE.
telling you, man. She was trying to do a 360 splash and it didn't work, bro. It happens. So I just got back. I just got back from
splash.
Actually, believe it or not, I actually did tell the guy from the British. I said, "Listen, bro, your internet sucks. My phone sucks. We need to get home." Because that dude's waiting for me for 2 hours already, and I'm gonna have to tell him again that I couldn't get on. So can we hurry the fuck up? So but yeah,
Everything got okay. She's okay. No breaks, no sprains, nothing. Just
look,
bumps and
bro. The
bruises.
funniest part of the whole thing wasn't even that she fell off the couch. It was the fact that my friend has a German Shepherd. All right, but listen to this. This German Shepherd must be altered some fucking way because that motherfucker's about 4 feet high, bro. And
Damn,
6 feet long. It's a big I've never seen a German Shepherd like that, bro.
My sister's German Shepherd's huge, bro.
This
and it's a girl.
motherfucker reaches halfway. Okay, he's as high as my waist. He's a big
that's how I'm telling you. My sister's
Yeah,
my sister's one before it lost all the weight was so massive, bro. It was as wide as my table. She lost a bunch of weight, but she's a big dog. The mother and father they got it from, they're like wolves, bro. Some of these German Shepherds are massive.
And yes, the motherfucker is that big. And the funny thing is, she got hurt jumping off the goddamn couch.
The dog freak out.
This little fucking girl is there playing with a 10-foot dog. It's all good. And I'm like, she's playing with that shit? And y'all don't got an issue with that? That nigga could swallow her for fun. And she's there
So
taking the dog. I'm like, you got problems, bro.
My neighbor has a German Shepherd / Husky, and it looks like the Sandlot dog on the other side of the fence when it's walking up and down. And my kids go up to it like it's nothing, but it's massive.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. You guys ever seen those dogs that the actual Huskies, but they're white with blue eyes?
I have a Husky.
Because of the climate. All right, my
Yes.
neighbor next door has one. And I didn't know. And I walked in and I'm like, yo, I must be fucking seeing shit. What the
Must
fuck
be
is
tripping, bro. What's going on?
that? Yo. And I'm like, how do you not train it, but how do you keep it in this motherfucker has this dog in 60-degree, 50-degree weather, bro. In one room,
bro. They start to get patches.
Huskies cannot be in Florida, bro.
Bro, you would be surprised, Chris Anophagus, how many Huskies I see in South Florida, bro.
I feel so bad for those.
It's criminal,
dogs.
bro.
It's like
The
wearing
poor
2
dogs.
sweaters.
Oh, my son has 2 of them. They shed every time.
So all right, so enough dog talk. What's up? I came. I'm here.
Okay, so listen. Here's the circumstance we find ourselves in at the moment.
I just try to find myself talking right now, and I just haven't found it.
Well, the topic of conversation that you entered into was the speculation of Tua. Was he injured with the rib injury? Was the team putting on the rib injury? I mean, that's what CT. Is that what you're saying? That they missed the rib injury so long that it was malicious?
Okay. What what Chris is saying without having to say, me and Chris had this conversation a long time ago. It's a good thing Chris is actually on because I was going to call him, but he called me yesterday, so neither here nor there. They basically misdiagnosed Tua's rib injury from the beginning, which is another reason why, to me, this whole thing is bullshit. I've been saying it from the beginning. I'm gonna let Chris.
Which way is it misdiagnosed? Is it misdiagnosed and he was injured, or is it misdiagnosed and he wasn't injured? That's what I want to know.
So Will Fuller.
Was he?
No,
well, hold on,
no.
Cap. Was he
Let's
misdiagnosed and he was
clarified.
really injured, or misdiagnosed and he was not injured? That's what I want to know.
To me, from what I understand, and me and Chris, I don't know, we haven't had this conversation as to what side we're on. I was told he was injured, but they misdiagnosed at the beginning and said he wasn't injured, and it was made to seem like if Tua's a bitch who got hit, couldn't get back up and couldn't play. So I don't know what they told him.
Yeah, but Tua left on a cart that game, so I knew he was injured. He was grabbing his side. He was obviously hurt. They said it was bruising, and I could see how bruised ribs that are hairline fractures or micro fractures, that I could see how swole up enough upon first view was just bruised ribs, badly bruised ribs, which
as an x-ray
in the very beginning.
And also, I just took it all to me. I just took all the reports. Look, I was looking at it from the business standpoint. Like they always say, they always try to play down injuries until it develops over the week.
Yeah, you don't want to,
as pertains to the next game. That has to do with the chess game they're playing with the other coach.
Which I said earlier. As far as the misinformation, maybe they knew Monday. Maybe they did do an MRI on Monday and said, all right, we know he's got microfractured ribs, but we're not going to say anything until Wednesday. I said, I will not comment on that part.
They also got a fan base that might not buy as many tickets if they know Tua is injured on Sunday afternoon.
That's true too. But I just said, I didn't comment on that part of it.
John,
I just commented on the ability of professionals in their medical staff.
If it's done in a chess game, go ahead, John. I want to hear from you, brother, because I haven't heard from you.
Hold on. One thing at a time. First of all, let me completely disprove Color's point. It's not because it's Color; it's anybody who would talk. Because the third game of the season was against the Raiders. They wouldn't buy tickets to go see Tua regardless, because Miami's not going to travel to Los Angeles. First of all, to go over there. One, or not Nevada, and two.
Fair point there.
They were playing on the road. This year, I wouldn't even be a point because we don't travel over there. First of all, to that degree, and two, you're playing on the road, so I wouldn't even talk about. If a third game of the season was at home, I could see where Color's point, is accurate. But there's no way in hell they're gonna lie about an injury. Their mistake was they went off a regular MRI, regular X-ray to say he didn't have or did have fractured ribs. You cannot tell.
Well, that's what I mean, John. I don't think purposely lie. I think more like just withheld certain information because of other reasons involved. I mean,
but what would be the advantage of doing that?
But my point is, if you're gonna withhold information, you might as well withhold it all the way to fucking Friday. Why withhold it till Wednesday?
Well, that's a fair point too. I'm just speculating like what could be the answer without making as many assumptions is all I'm saying.
But I'm not trying to pull close directly in what you're saying. What I'm saying is if the game was here, I would see your point. But they just did it. It was a complete blunder on the staff.
Well, it's like they kind of did with his finger too. It's like it started off as this or that, then it evolved throughout the week to be something else. You know what I mean?
His finger was a complete fabrication of Brian Flores and the fucking team because they didn't want Tua to play over some other bullshit. That was some internal crap.
Well, Big John, that falls apart at the seams because they started him in that game. He played it at that same week in the second half.
Will Fuller had a broken finger. Will Fuller had a broken finger.
He's talking about Tua, CT. He's talking about Tua, CT.
I know, but I'm talking about the staff overall. And this is, again, another concern of mine. And I will sit on my soapbox for this, too. So, again, Will Fuller had a broken finger. Granted, he came out and had a picture of his finger and hand wrapped up. Okay. So when was that picture taken? Because in essence, every bone takes 4 fucking weeks to heal. Granted, there are certain situations where a receiver, it would take longer for them to get back to playing shape with a broken finger. It's not about just healing.
So
just the same way, it's not about physically healing Tua.
CT,
But the fact that it took him 10 weeks and he still didn't play a game, bro, that's not based on the health of his finger. Period.
No, Big John is
That's
blaming
all
on
I'm telling
Flores
you.
about Tua, which makes no sense because he played that same week.
The new one that I'm hearing now is that
He
Flores
wasn't trying to keep Tua out of the game. He
No,
kept
the new one that I'm hearing
Brisket
now
out
is
of the
that
game
Flores-
The only
and told
point
him
that I
not to
was
go back into the
real
game.
quick,
and put him in the game.
real quick, to conclude the point I was just trying to make overall is that
Bowden.
Look, but what I'm saying is just in general, this isn't exclusive to the Miami Dolphins. The medical staff of the franchise is always at odds with the medical staff of the individual players. This is something we see in every organization.
Explain to me,
That's the only reason I'm
That's
asking
not
these questions. You know what I mean?
true. That is not necessarily
Who's
true.
lying?
It depends on the dynamic because
Well,
again,
I get it,
hold up,
CT.
hold
it
I
is
get
a
it.
star
Nothing
player.
is finite. I
Let
get
me
that.
finish. So say Russell Wilson has a serious injury, but because Seattle is so dependent on Russell Wilson, the difference between the medical staff and even if an individual has an individual trainer, they have no bearing or no say whatsoever on the player's medical
Devontae
care
Parker
I'm just
as
pointing
far
out
as
that
it
the
comes to
interest
the
from
team.
each
Parker
side.
would
I'm just
beg to
pointing out that
differ,
the
CT.
interest from each
They
side
can't
are
force a
different
guy
interests.
to play if he's nicked up, and if his people say they're nicked up, everything. Go ahead, Big John.
All right. Now, first of all, I agree with CT what he's saying. Now, here's what people don't understand. I understand what his question. So I'm going to go question by question. He's asking about Will Fuller's finger. All right. From what I understand, people that I spoke to, Will Fuller's finger was fractured like in 8 to 9 different places. Now, I get it. He should have been able to play again sometime during the season. Okay. I have been on record, whether I'm not sure if it was here or somewhere else. I don't think Will Fuller was going to play anymore. And I've been on record. I forgot who I spoke to yesterday. And I said, listen, would it be crazy if Will Fuller came back to play for the Dolphins?
You were talking to me. You were talking to me.
I was talking to Mike. And I said, would it be crazy if Will Fuller came back to play for the Dolphins now that he's not playing under Flo? Because I'm not going to lie to you. If you tell me take a wide receiver in this free agency class outside of Adams or outside of trading for Calvin Ridley, I would jump at Will Fuller if Will Fuller wanted to play and knowing I'm going to get him at a discount because he played nothing last year. You gave him $10 million.
That better be like a $2.5 million 1-year contract, bro.
No, it would be a 2-year, $10 million contract.
No way, bro. Now we're gonna give him another $10 million to screw us over. Screw me once, fine. Screw me twice. No way, bro.
No, 2-year, $10 million deal, $5 million a season. If he's healthy, there's nobody on that entire list.
I'll give that to Hollins. I'll give it to Hollins before I give it to him.
I give it to you.
Give
Will
it to
Fuller's good.
both of them $5 million each.
And I assume that Will Fuller, along with Lynn Bowden and Tua, are all practicing quite a bit and working out. I know they all work out at Perform.
And I guarantee you, and I hope Mike McDaniel seems to be a smart dude. Mike McDaniel is going to say, wait a minute, we had Will Fuller over here? Mike McDaniel is going to say, we had Fuller over here? I'm going to talk to that dude because I know what that dude can do in my offense. Okay, we're talking about separation here. We're not talking about how pretty he is. The guy can separate. The guy can do
Big
every
John,
you
you must have missed it earlier when I was talking about potential guys that the Dolphins should go after. I know. I just wanted to get your your take on this as far as a trade target for the Dolphins. What do you think about Brandon Ayuk? What do you think if they were to go after Brandon Ayuk?
Not over Will Fuller.
Not over Will Fuller, even though Brandon Ayuk already knows the offense. Mike McDaniel could bring him here. He could have his wide receiver room and be taught with the system he's trying to put in.
How tall is Ayuk?
Ayuk, I think, is 6'2". Hold on, I'll pull him up real quick. I have all his stuff. Hold up, let me find it. I had it ready and set to go. Yeah, here it is.
So he wasn't known as a burner that Will Fuller is.
Yeah, but we need an X wide receiver who can replace Barker. We need a Calvin Ridley, AZXY, just like Waddle is, to take advantage of the scheme.
I agree on Calvin Ridley, but it's because we need an intermediate route specialist, a guy that can get the intermediate route, get the routes, get the separation, and then take the 15 to the 12 to 16 yard passes and turn those into production. That's what we need, and Calvin Ridley fits everything.
Yeah, and that's where I was saying we need that deep wide receiver because Parker's not consistent. We don't have that aspect of our offense. And then if you have a Calvin Ridley in that intermediate, and then you have a Jalen Waddle who you can create mismatched fucking nightmares across the field with, that's where you become successful, especially if you marry that with the outside zone reading, zone scheming run game. That's where you're going to be successful. But if we continue the same bullshit of Parker and Preston and Alan Hearns, who all of them played like 2 games apiece,
be prepared for a bunch of bubbles.
Listen, Brandon Ayuk is 6 foot.
Put that
6 foot.
on the field.
He's over 200 and he's like 210 pounds. He runs a 4.5. He has a good broad jump of 128. There's some good statistics. I'm talking about somebody who ain't gonna. I mean, listen, he's still on his rookie contract. So
I'll tell you.
Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say about Brandon Ayuk is
he ain't going nowhere.
His ceiling. I mean, I don't know what his ceiling is, but I will say this: at one point in time, there was a lot of talk that he may be the best of the wide receivers on there, and then in week 10 they started, and then that Deebo Samuel just kind of took off. But Brandon Ayuk, in a lot of people's circles, especially outside of Miami, but in a lot of people's circles, Brandon Ayuk is he's something that you can really build around. I don't think he's on the same level as Waddle, but I definitely think that if he's available,
it's that mold of wide receiver, Mike, that they're gonna want to build this team around. They're gonna need every wide receiver is gonna be 6 foot, 6'1". We're not looking for a 6'4" 50-50 ball. That guy does not have a job on this team.
This guy's obsolete anyways.
Well, they're not necessarily obsolete, but they're definitely not what we're getting on this football team.
If you're gonna keep this quarterback obsolete.
They obsolete with this quarterback. That's right, Crypto. That's 1 billion%. That's 1 billion% right there. Guys, real quick, make sure you guys are liking the page. Please, guys, hit the like button. Please hit it. Also, make sure you're checking all the great shows on the channel. Talk TMI Tuesdays with Color live at 9. Right after that, you got you got Open Mic with Mike on the mic. These shows are both tomorrow, guys, so make sure you're there. You can also catch Mike on Saturday with Drop the Mic at 10. Color commentary live at you on Thursdays. You guys can always catch late night color commentary on Thursdays on the Finn's Tailgate. Also, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, Cash App, Venmo, the Finn's Tailgate. We're going to be bringing out all this new apparel here real soon. You guys will be able to buy Finn's Tailgate stuff and have it, and all the boys will have some. I'm sure we'll figure out a way to hook the guys up with some. Also, guys, we are partnered with Fanatics. If you're looking for jerseys, sports hats, anything for any team, go to this description, hit the link. Fanatics they'll take you right to the stuff that's on sale and stuff like that. I think the link took you the last time to hoodies, if I recall correctly. I think it's taking you to some hats this time, so you guys can hit the link, check it out. Make sure you like the video, guys. So,
hey Q, I'm starting to slowly jump on the Juju train.
I'm glad you said that, Mike.
You said Juju train.
The Juju train.
Hey, Mike, I just heard something about Stephen Jones saying that they're going to decline picking up Amari Cooper contract too.
I honestly, it might be Michael Gallup, fifth year or fourth year option, I think. But the Amari Cooper thing, I'm going to tell you really quick.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, exactly. But the Michael Gallup, though, I'm telling you, right, he went to Colorado State. That dude, I watched him in college. He won me over in college. That dude's he got wheels. If he's in the right offense, he's not just got wheels. He's wheels, 50-50 ball route runner. Like Michael Gallup has a really bright future if he can stay healthy and get in the right system. But I think for sure Amari Cooper's on the move. But I'm wondering.
God, that money's so expensive.
I'm wondering what they're going to ask for him. But at the same time, he's a $20 million receiver, and he plays every time, but he gives you 75% for 8 games a year because he's literally playing through an injury every single season. He's never fully healthy, but I give him credit because he's out there, which we haven't seen in Devontae Parker. But Amari Cooper or Michael Gallup with Jalen Waddle, they can provide that crisp route runner and that intermediate guy that I want, but I still want a guy like a Calvin Ridley. And I know Calvin Ridley stepped away for his mental health, but at the same time, if he got that in check and he feels ready to come back, Calvin Ridley was about to take over as Atlanta number 1, and nobody was going to miss Julio Jones. And then
honestly, I'd rather have Cordell Patterson than Calvin Ridley.
Patterson,
forget that, but what do you think with Mike McDaniel?
Yeah,
Cordell Patterson in this offense.
I like him, but he got more in this
what do you think Cordell Patterson will do in this offense?
He's like a Deebo Samuel.
Well, more Deebo Samuel is more like him. Cordell Patterson been running away.
Exactly right, Crypto.
Deebo Samuel's different. Cordell Patterson's old and injury ridden.
Yeah, man.
I like him. You don't need Cordell Patterson when you have Lynn Bowden. People don't understand that Lynn Bowden is
not big enough.
Cordell Patterson's like 30 pounds bigger than Lynn Bowden, dude.
Right. Cordell Patterson's 30 pounds. Cordell Patterson's 30 pounds bigger than Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, but Cordell Patterson is the closest to Deebo Samuel.
Cordell Patterson gonna cost you what? $5 million.
He's known for running the ball out of the backfield everywhere he goes before Deebo was even thought of.
Could probably sign Cordell Patterson to a 2-year.
And Deebo didn't start doing that till late in the season anyway.
Hey, breaking news. Well, not really breaking news, but kind of breaking news. MLB negotiations just hit the 15th hour today. They've been negotiating for 15 hours today. I'm following this minute by minute, but it's.
What do you think about Jeter, man?
And Mike McDaniel said that he didn't start using Deebo until later in the season. And that
go back to football. I'll talk baseball later.
And Crypto, imagine having both. You got Patterson and Lynn Bowden. Oh my goodness.
That's why that's kind of why I think Brandon Ayuk is a guy that they would like to go after. Not for nothing, but he's still young. They can make him into that Deebo role and split that role with the guys. Go ahead, John.
You guys are picturing that, and I'm giving you guys a real something I heard, or I'm not going to get into who I heard it. When I told Mike,
give me names. I want names. I want names right now, John. Give me names right now.
I almost brought this up. Big John, I almost brought this up.
Give me names.
Big John, you put yourself in the corner there.
Well, the thing is, I can't. But you guys know that I'm good when I tell you something. There's a very good possibility, okay, from what I've been told. I'm not saying it's a 90-10. There's a good possibility you can see both Calvin Ridley and Will Fuller on the field with Jalen Waddle. Now, my thing to you guys is this. If that is the 3 receivers that we're putting on the field, that is a mismatch every day of the year in every game of the
That's
year.
Beautiful.
I
that sounds good on paper.
Yeah, it looks
good on paper.
Let's just hope that's not a paper
Who's
thing.
blocking?
Who's
blocking? What do you mean who's blocking?
Yeah, you got to understand the wide receiver's role in this offense. They're going to have to get hands on somebody and drive upfield. Matt Collins will block.
Listen.
Yeah, Matt Collins can block.
Listen, they're going to, if you want to play on this team, they're going to learn to block. If they want to play, it's not about who's blocking, who's going to block. They're all going to block. Jalen Waddle is
all 11 guys.
Jalen Waddle's a peon. He's like 5'11". He's going to have to learn to block. Devontae Parker would have to play with 2 fucked up hamstrings and learn to block. Mike Gesicki's going to have to put on a shoes and think he's Iron Man. But he's going to have to block if he wants to play here.
Mike Gesicki's not staying on this football team. I think
I
they're
don't
going to
think he
trade
is.
his ass. I think they're going to trade his ass.
Yeah,
No, they're going to get rid of him. They're going to get rid of him for a draft pick. I guarantee you.
No, I think they'll. They'll tender him and trade him. That's what I'm saying. They'll tender him and then trade him to somewhere and get some kind of draft pick. And
because
we got about 7 more days and we'll know the status of
in my opinion, the biggest impact that can be had by a Dolphin player in this offense outside of Jalen Waddle is Mac Hollins if they put him to tight end. If they move Mac Hollins to tight end, it's going to be something beautiful to see.
He's averaging more yards per reception than all the wide
even if
receivers.
they don't do it in title, even if they just move him in as like a wing back receiver in the zone blocking scheme, it'd be perfect, man. That's what I keep imagining too, man. I'm right with you on that one, man. Always been with you on that one.
I saw you commenting when I was talking to Don. I'm like, look, this color right there. Outside of Duke Johnson, which is not going to happen, but you guys can dream.
I would like Duke Johnson, but I think he's still going to command more money than
I would think.
Pay.
Look, how about this?
Who you want in the first round, BJ? Who you want in the first round?
Nobody. If the Dolphins go in free agency and they grab what's the guy from?
I agree with you, John. If they trade the 29th pick, I'll feel better about them trading.
I would. If we're not gonna. Okay, here's my two scenarios. Here's my 2 scenarios. If you're gonna go out and get a running back, and you go and you get Leonard Fournette, who's not gonna be expensive, and you keep Philip Lindsay, you have your 2 running backs. One's a mauler. The other one is a rookie, got 1,000 yards. People forget who Philip Lindsay is. You guys got caught up with Philip Lindsay.
All I know, he's never fumbled a football. He's always good on
my
team.
Remember Big John. Yeah, he was sharing duties with Royce Freeman in Denver.
Big John, I talked about his rookie year and how he went 137 carries for like 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns and got voted to the Pro Bowl, average 5.1.
And this is the scheme he did it in. This is the best fit for him.
It's a zone scheme.
It's a zone scheme. You're right. Because he's and
he's only 26, 27.
Listen, he's perfect zone scheme. He's that Breida role running back.
And you got Salvin
ever be. Way more physical than Breida.
And a high motor guy. Yep.
And you got Altman that the 49ers
scheme phenomenon going on. How many first downs per game is this going to produce? How many touchdowns?
If it gets me
how many
over,
points is this
if it gets me
produce?
over 25.5 points on average a game,
no, you got to be at 30. You got to be at 30.
No,
yeah,
because they ain't getting
they
got to get the
Bills, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Titans. All these teams are going to be scoring north of 30. It's going to have to produce 30 points or more.
Mike, you get the defense to give you that extra hump to the 30.
I said average, but I don't think so.
I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to tell you why. If we average 25 points a game, we're going to win about 13 games because 25 points a game, it only sounds as 25, but it's 25 points a game in a ball-controlled offense. So when you're controlling the clock, if you're scoring 25, when you're controlling the clock and you're scoring 25 because you're running the ball down their throats, I could see Miami winning 13 games with no problem. Now, if we're going to talk about the NFL average is 24.
But I will push back on that, though, Big John. That's delusional because anybody can score. If you got a team like the Chiefs, they can score 14 points in 3 minutes, so they don't need the ball as long. Now what? Cincinnati can score 21 points in a 5-minute span. Then right. What goes your time of possession goes out the window at that point.
Hold on, my homeboy. Listen, yes, they can do that, but can they do that against Miami? I haven't seen Burrow do it against the Dolphins. I haven't seen Joe Burrow do it against the Dolphins. He can do it against every other team. I don't care. He hasn't done it against us.
But that's the point. If he's doing it against a lot of other crappy teams, they don't play the Dolphins 16 games a year. You've got they're going to have at least 10 games. They're going to play against 10 bums.
In fairness, in fairness to Big John, I can understand his reverence for our defense over those other teams. You know what I mean? Like, I believe we're mostly there with our defense. So it's like, as I was saying to Mike, if our defense is providing every once in a while an extra score to get us to a 30-point game, how much are we giving up on defense? Though we'll see. All that remains to be seen. But as it sits now, when you got a defense that can score, you need 25 points production a game from your offense, and you're a winner.
Color, but it's not that. It's that against the Dolphins to score points, you're not going to score throwing the football. For the most part, you're going to have a tough time throwing the football. You're going to have to run, which means you're going to waste clock. Unless you're going to give up 3 80-yard runs, it's going to take them a while to score. Now, if our team's strengths were the running, stopping the run, but you could throw all over the field, I agree with what Crypto is saying. But because our team is secondary based and we have ball hawks, and I'm giving more credit to Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain than everybody's doing, the defense, when it comes to throwing the football, they're going to be there. So you're not going to be able to throw the ball over the yard on our defense, in my opinion. So that's what I'm saying. If you can't throw the ball over if we're not playing sandlot football and we're not giving up 20 and 30-yard passes and they're doing it, then I understand Miami winning 12 to 13 games because Joe Burrow played against Miami and got his ass kicked.
Cincinnati defense is not good.
The elite secondary that's been on this team, and you guys can thank Flores for putting that kind of scheme in there. It puts the pressure on the secondary. They've drafted well. Javon Holland looks, by all account, to be a smack out of the park. It wants you to run the ball because if you're going to pass, you're going to pay. And when we know that you're going to pass and we can rush the passer, putting you in 3rd and long, now you play right into our hand. And the defense they've been playing all along, the defense they'll continue to play alongside with a strong running game that beats up a defense going sideline to sideline.
But I would agree.
Run on their heels
defense
all day.
Defense is going to get us maybe a touchdown or so, but they're not going to give the defense any credit, I'm sure.
But I'm going to respond to Ali Da in the chat. When I say things like Debo roll, burrito roll, what do you want me to say? There is no other comparison. I have no other film of this team ever being on the field.
It's the Waddle roll.
Okay, the Waddle roll. When I say that I'm going to put Lindsey and he can be the zone scheme running back, it's saying Breida, yet he can block. I can't say the Lindsey scheme. He's not even on the team yet. So what do you want me to do, Ali Da? Make no comparison? Just throw willy-nilly? We could see him running a role that doesn't exist because I have no comparison. I don't know what you're getting at, bro. So, but what I am saying is they're going to need to the focal point on all of this offense comes with the offensive line. It's about getting those guys to the second level, getting them to not only move the defensive line and get them to move their hips, trying to fill gaps by holding their man, getting sideways and try to fill a gap to penetrate to get to the running back.
Can I ask you guys a question?
What's up, John?
Let me ask the panel a question. I want everybody to give me one. I want everybody to go in order and give me one word. Give me one player. What would be the most surprising signing that the Dolphins could do that would shock you this offseason?
Davante Adams.
Wait, no. I'm gonna go first because I'm not gonna go.
Let him go first.
I'm gonna go first, and no, I would not pick Davante Adams because that's not gonna happen.
You said surprising.
Shocking. Yeah, but Davante Adams is more like a fantasy than it is a reality. I'm talking about someone you can take in free agency that you can pick up and you're going to say, shit, that may be the best signing we did all offseason. In my opinion, even though they want Trace Armstead and even though I know everybody wants Armstead, in my opinion, the most incredible signing the Dolphins could do this offseason is if they ended up signing Trent Brown to play right tackle. If they took Trent Brown from the Patriots, that would be the holy shit of holy shits.
Big John, I said that like a week ago. That would be a good snag just to hurt that team. It would be just a smart play. First of all, Trent Brown's been good. He has had injuries in the past, but it's not like he's – I mean, listen, it's Patriots. They got a good thing. But it also hurts a division rival at that, so I don't deny that. Mike, who is your guy?
Well, I was going to say Davante Adams. Since that's a fantasy, I'll go with Ryan Jensen.
Brian Jensen, the center from the Bengals?
No, from the Buccaneers because
the Buccaneers. My fault. I'm literally thinking of the logo in my head of the Bucks, and I said the Bengals. I don't know why I did that.
He's the guy. Maybe that's where he's going.
Because you're a Bengals fan.
That's right. You're right. I'm a big time Bengals fan. You found out, Brian. I have all this Bengals gear behind me.
He's the guy that I think that can be the bridge from these coaches to the players. I don't think they're going to need much of a bridge, but that he's the guy that just the communication is going to be clear. He knows his job, and he's the meanest SOB on the field. And they haven't
think of it this way.
like that.
Think of it this way. He's not going to have to drive far to get another team. 6 hours.
Exactly.
True.
That's a great signing.
Brian, what do you think as far as
Chris Godwin?
Godwin as a surprise. That's actually, I could see that being a surprise.
Because we could get him at a discount right now. I'd rather get him right now and snag him, man. That tight end, that's the blanket for the quarterback. Get him right there, boom.
Crypto.
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley being the surprise, I guess so, because it would take trading to make that happen. So it would be surprised if they make a blockbuster trade of some sorts in that way. Cap, what about you, dog?
The other one.
Yeah, man, I agree with Mike, man. I think we rotated four. I dare say 5 centers. I mean, we need a center, man. We need a field general that can help out the kid and just it's a good move. I think it's a good price too.
But I wouldn't call that surprising. I would call that smart.
No, I said it's a good price.
Yeah, and they just move. They have to move Dieter to guard.
Color, what are you thinking?
Color that I lost for words.
Color, where are you at?
He's probably watching 2 highlights.
You know what? I think
Sorry, guys. I think we could maybe I think it'd be a nice little haul if we picked up Amari and Leighton Vander Esch from the Cowboys in return for Xavier Howard and Gesicki. And maybe some other.
Vander Esch is a linebacker, right?
Bro, Color, I like that. That's a real trade right there. If we throw like a second and something on there to make that actually happen, that's a really good trade. I like that a lot. I'm thinking if it's going to be
if we're doing hypotheticals, I'm going after Tony Pollard.
Well, I mean, it was a blockbuster type of trade. I mean, I'm literally going, I say give me Cooks, the running back for the Vikings. Go give me that guy, put him in this zone blocking scheme, and watch a running back that you can actually give the ball to and not have to worry about things.
Well,
put a couple of dudes around him, and you're good to go.
You guys went with the whole trade, but my thing was, the reason why I said signing was because I was thinking of adding to the team without having to give up anything.
Without giving up somebody.
Oh! Well, I misunderstood. I got it.
Excited. That's why. I know. Yeah, no. That's the case.
I was like, ooh, I'm going after Cooks.
You're just adding somebody.
If we're just gonna go trade, why don't we just go trade for Aaron Rodgers? I mean,
give me Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, look. I mean, history dictates that Greer is gonna make that one trade. He's gonna make that one trade. Is it gonna be major or minute? Is the question.
You're right. There will be movement.
If it's Greer and he's going to make a trade, there's a good possibility he's going to trade for Laramie Tunsil because he already stole to take him away and he's going to steal to bring him back.
Bro, I'll tell you what. We snagged Laramie Tunsil.
That would be a surprise.
I would die laughing, bro. I'll do like a whole week on how smart Chris Greer is.
Look.
Shit, bro.
If they bring back Laramie Tunsil, they deserve 2 statues. One, because Laramie Tunsil was the greatest Dolphin player ever.
You know what I want to see?
We got for him, and a statue for Chris Greer for bringing him back.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a statue of Laramie Tunsil holding a statue of Laramie Tunsil. That's what I want to see because that would be just brilliant, dude.
That's crazy.
All right, so
it would.
I know the draft is a little bit out, guys. I have been looking at some things.
8 weeks.
I honestly like the idea of
it's only 8 weeks away, Chris.
I know, but before that we'll have free agency, so I'm just kind of looking ahead a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
My most incredible pick.
That's fine. I'm doing all kinds of mock drafts now.
I want the Dolphins.
I've drafted 3 wide receivers.
You
drafted a punter?
3 wide receivers, a punter, and a linebacker. That's
the punter. Give me the punter in the 3rd round, bro.
Yup. Get that punter.
You know,
Yeah, he fell to me in the 4th round on my last mock.
You gotta get him.
Give me the punter, bro. I'm down. I swear to God, I'm down. Chris needs to look him up, but I'm down.
I'm trying to look
He'll
him up.
That's
right
a
now.
game changer right there.
Hey, what the fuck? I
He
forgot
will.
his name. What's his name again?
Zeke, I think that's his name. He's from
He's
San
not the-
Diego State.
Oh, I'm thinking of the punter that got drafted this year from the Gators. That guy was good. The one that was in the.
I'm all in for the punter, bro. I never thought I would cheer for the punter, but I swear to God, I threw my daughter.
Yeah, because you never be
I gotta
afraid
agree,
not to go for it on 4th down.
I'm not into getting a punter in the 3rd round, guys. Maybe if he goes to the 4th round, I'd be.
He probably might not make
Well,
the 4th. That's why you
craziness.
got to get him at the
He
3rd.
won't make it to the
What
fourth
is it
round.
with everybody? Wait, real quick. I just came in with the punter talk. What is it with everybody's fascination with a punter lately? I get maybe we need to upgrade there.
No,
but-
no, Color. That position is very
Color.
important.
This would. You would never ever. You will always be pinning them down inside the 5-yard line.
With who? Are we talking about some draftee or something?
Yeah, with this San Diego State, this guy,
Yeah, Matt-
you see him, you go be like, there's no chance we're going to be on the short field.
I get it. I'm
Just
just
Ariza or something like that. I'm
They're
looking
going to
at
have
it
to.
right
now. I'm
they're
hearing
gonna have to
third
go
round
90
for a punter, or are you?
They're going to have to go
Yes, we got that
95
punter.
yards on average to score.
And
Just
look at
think
that,
about
dude.
it.
We're gonna have this punter and this defense. Oh, come on.
Listen. That guy
What
will
defense?
pin you inside the
That
5
guy will make
the entire game.
every time.
And the thing is, you guys are saying 3rd round. If you wait till the 4th round, he's not gonna be there.
He's gone.
They're gonna take him in the 3rd round.
That's what I was saying. You got to get him in the 3rd round.
Then he will have to be the 101st pick.
We already got
because
our
you might have to
running
move
back,
up
our
into
wide
the 90s
receiver
to get him.
And if you're talking
You
Reggie
might have to
Roby
move up.
quality, then yeah,
That's
go
what I'm
for
saying.
it.
He's Reggie Roby quality, man. I'm telling you.
I might even trade my 29
I'll
and
watch
move
a
back.
little bit more. You
and
know
get
what,
'em.
dude? I'm sorry, guys, but I'm thinking running back in the 3rd round, not punter.
No, because you're gonna have 2 picks, Chris, in the 3rd row.
Yeah, we got the 29 and the other one in the 2nd. Our wide receivers, our running back already taken care of. We get the punter, and then we'll get the rest.
I need a linebacker, dude.
Big John.
You get a
Big John
linebacker
never
free
cheers. Big John and Crypto never cheer for a punter. When we're telling you the punter, you want the punter, bro.
Man, this
Forget
punter
everything else.
this punter better catch touchdowns for Christ's sake.
Oh, he
I don't know what
tackles
the hell you
people
guys
too.
are
He's gonna
talking
be.
about.
It's gonna be nothing but touchbacks
Bro,
and out
was it
of
Matt
bounds at the
Hall-
tackled
one.
like a
Great punter
linebacker.
for the Dolphins? Wasn't he undrafted? Are you guys serious right
undrafted?
now? A lot of our punters and kickers we get in the 6th round, 7th round, or
They're
undrafted,
bums.
and we
Nah.
bums. We've done fine. The only
Enough of
reason we got
picking
a
out the
shitty
litter.
punter right
Matt
now
Turk,
is because we
Fox.
went and bought this guy. I don't know why we went and got Prater or whatever the hell is not Prater. What's our punter's name?
Because they gave away our
I
punter
can't
to
remember his
Buffalo,
name. He
and now
sickens me
Buffalo's
so
special
much.
teams is better than ours by 100 fold.
I got that, but I have full.
But this
His name
guy,
is- His name is
freaking
Pilardi.
punter.
Pilardi.
How you
You guys,
wasting
you
a
guys
pick
don't
on
like,
a punter?
you guys
That's a
don't like
terrible
some
take.
Pilardi in your life?
huh?
I didn't hear you, Cap. He broke up.
You guys don't like any Pilardi in your life?
No.
No,
Pilardi
no.
is bust
Pilardi
ticket.
can't even hold a
Pilardi is
freaking football.
garbage.
That sounds like a bad fucking add-on to a sandwich. Would you like some Pilardi? Not really.
It does.
Right.
Does.
Just like the guy that be on Big O's show. Who names a person Poopart? Who has poop
Alan
in their
Poupart.
name?
That's his last name.
I know,
I
but
know.
he has poop in his
I
name.
love
That's
Alan
That's
Poupart.
like
He's one of
terrible. He
my
must have been the
favorites,
most picked
bro.
on kid in all of his elementary school days.
Dude, Poop
Hey,
looks like
Pooper,
he
has
throw them
poop in
hands,
his
dog.
name.
Don't underestimate him, bro. And you gotta
Alan,
make
why
him
you
like
pooping
Poop.
all over people?
You
Whatever,
see him
dog.
at
Watch
training
out,
camp sitting by himself.
bro.
He always had the hat on too.
Looks like he could throw them hands. Fuck around, won't be
Hey,
around.
let me ask you a question.
Poopart. Really?
Can you imagine how many rhymes that kid was involved in hotboxing?
Man,
Oh,
leave that
dude.
man alone.
Yeah, bro. Why are they all on Poop right now, man? I like Alan, dude. Alan's one of my favorite writers. I love his work.
He just called him on a first name basis. He called him Poop.
I did. I said Alan Poupart. They call him Poop.
Poop
Man.
got
What
the
the fuck y'all
scoop, bro.
talking about?
The poop of scoop.
Poop got the scoop.
Poop got the scoop, dog, on the Rizzle.
2 girls in 1 cup.
He used it himself.
Too much, Brian.
Oh
Too much.
Lord, I saw that. Yeah.
Too much, Brian. Too much.
Poop doesn't use baby wipes. He uses the scooper.
Jeez. Poop with the wipe up.
Oh my God.
Man. Oh man.
So you guys are pretty much telling me that this is going to be a sacrificial lamb season, and we just have to take what we can get. Is pretty much what you're telling me,
bro. That's what I'm hearing, Cap.
Cap, this about to not be the case that everybody needs to get fired on Black Friday.
That's what I'm hearing.
Why do you guys say that? Because we want a punter?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
No, the punter is gonna. I'm telling you, you heard it here first on this show right here.
Hey,
if we draft that punter, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, damn!
This is the reason. This is the sole reason why the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl.
That's a game changer. Just like the Bengals field goal kicker.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Gonna help us get
special teams. Let's do it. Yep. I'm telling you, this is the reason why we're going to the Super Bowl, Chris.
Go ahead, John.
You heard it here first.
I'm buying his jersey.
Hey, I'll buy it.
Fanatics.com in the link. Go get your punter jersey, everybody.
Hey, you think I'm playing? Watch me come up here with a punter jersey, bro.
What's his name,
I ain't bullshit. I ain't bullshit. We draft that punter. I'll get a jersey on the show. We'll do I don't know. We'll figure out some kind of punting contest. Everybody have to show me a video you punt.
Yeah, we'll make it fun. If we get the punter, what we got to do is everybody come up here with a different variation of Poop Heart's last name. We all wear a shirt that starts with poop, and everybody has one. And we all get on camera.
No, you can't
find out what this guy's name is. If you find out what this guy's name is, you could probably do something with his name. What is he like? Foreign? He's probably foreign or something.
No, the punter's name is Matt Arazi or Arazai or I don't know, Araza, something like that. It looks like he's Ukrainian or something. Ariza. It's Matt Ariza.
That guy is a beast, bro.
All right, hold up.
Matt Ariza. He's like 5'10", 5'11".
All right, here we go. Everybody watch.
Come on, pull up his highlights.
I'm just pulling up a quick Pat McAfee talkover, guys. So check it out. Son of a bitch.
Ariza for San Diego State. Yeah, I saw him hit a ball from his own 12 for a touchback the other night.
Damn. Right. Look at that. Look at the ball. It's still in the air.
The cameraman.
There's no way you're going to drive 95 yards every time he kicks the ball.
I would like to see like the trajectory.
What the hell was that, bro?
If you can just hit 90 balls all the time, I think everybody would just take a touchback
from his 10-yard line.
Not going to be as.
That's why you draft him in the third.
Might be a little bit different with a rush.
Two punts with just 80.
Sunday guy for sure. He is.
What was that hang time on that?
It was like more than 5 seconds at least.
It looks like another pretty good punt right there.
5.
Son of a bitch, bro. It hit in the end zone, too.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm telling you.
It's like an 86-yard punt.
We've been telling you.
Nobody will ever get a short field on us, man.
Yeah, but can he pin that? Can he coffin corner that son of a bitch at 60 yards? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Oh, my God, bro. He's still doubting me. Look for a coffin corner kick from this guy, bro.
I'm looking.
That's only technique.
Listen, they've got 6 minutes of highlights.
Don't take nothing but to turn your leg and kick it out of bounds or kick it, you know?
That was a 96-yard
punt. That guy's got his own video, bro.
Of course. Listen, they all got their own videos, bro. Don't you kid yourself.
But he's a punter, bro. Come on.
Bro,
that was 96 yards.
I've seen videos just like this of water boys. Don't play.
Oh my God, bro.
I can't believe you said that.
You just saw the guy. Oh my God, from his end zone.
Now Ariza really hammers one. Lands at the 30. Rolls inside the 10. Down inside the 5.
See, down inside the 5.
I know who you're gonna be for Halloween.
Yeah, but he was all as hard as he could. Let's be real. I want to see him act. I get it. He's got a leg like a son of a bitch. An amazing leg. I ain't never seen somebody kick the ball like that.
Cutler, I want to see Party roll it like that too, huh?
Listen, I'm not cheering for Pilardi.
51 is his career.
Kicks field goals too, does he?
Yeah, he does. He can be a Jason Tucker at the same time. You get 2 and 1.
And he tackles like a linebacker.
3 career punt returns for a touchdown.
The guy wears an arm sleeve as a punter, bro. Come on.
Rises a weapon too. Look at that kick. Backpedaling, Covey's got to let it drop.
See, that was a nice kick.
See, he's pinning them deep
That was
inside
a
their own territory.
good kick right there
Good
from
Aztec
across
roll
the
inside the
field
20.
with the hang time, pins him down so the ball gets the bounce forward.
Ariza, this is a booming punt. My goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, 63-yarder.
Oh.
Early in the half.
Oh my God, that guy picked it up.
See that?
And down to the 2.
Then he picked it up at the 2.
What a dumbass.
I know.
Oh, he touched it. That's why he had to pick it up. He touched it.
That's a really interesting call.
That was from the 12 again?
No, this is
Not from the
I think
20
this
there.
is the
Look at that. All the way back toward the end zone. That's almost 80 yards right there.
So yeah, when he's punting from the 20, he's deadly as hell because the guy's gonna have to turn his hips and catch the ball because it's not gonna roll
track it back
into the end zone. He has to. If not, or he's gonna pin him back.
Look at that. People are catching it at the 10.
Y'all notice a recurring theme going on in all these videos? I don't mean to be negative Nancy over here, but
we already know you are, Cutler.
sometimes it's you got to have a color around like me to cut through the noise. You know what I mean? And in case y'all didn't realize, every one of these games are in western states in very dry climates.
Oh my God!
Preach, Color.
Can't believe Color's making us nonsense.
New Mexico State, Utah State. I mean, really, people.
Color, are you?
Well, how come every kicker out there ain't
right
kicking
now,
these kind of
Color,
kicks?
That's
the case.
Just wait a second, Crypto. I think what Color's really trying to say is that the guy has found that. Crypto, that laugh got me, bro. Broke my. I think he was given money to the ball pump guy, extra pumping up the ball. This is an inflate gate, not a deflate gate. This is what we got coming to.
I mean, I'm just wondering if he can blast those 60-some yarders in the sopping wet air of Miami.
Yeah, but
yes,
inflate
absolutely.
Gate is coming to our door
because Reggie Ruby did the same thing.
Yeah, clearly that is going to be.
And he can cheap shot people too like that. That was great.
He's a big boy. That's for damn sure.
Oh my God!
That was out of his own end zone.
And see this? I mean, it's
Get
all
the real
roll.
distance. But no, it landed at the 20. That was air yards.
Well, yeah, I think San Diego State would agree that this guy helped win them more games than anybody on the team.
Color, you hating right now.
I mean, when
how many times
it didn't land until they hit the 20.
Always kicking out of the end zone.
See, watch where it lands.
Goodness gracious.
Didn't land until it gets to the 20.
Even reach there.
That's another 80 yards.
Oh, Jesus. And there's the punter laying the wood.
That was the punter?
Yes, that was the punter.
If Party kicked that, it would have been a kick.
If Party laid the wood himself. Don't tell me that was because of the dry air, Cutler, that he made that tackle.
See, this is Hawaii. I mean,
it's a dry air tackle, Color. That's why that pop sounded like that. It's all that dry air. It doesn't hold back from the moisture. It just claps through the room. Look, guys, punting out of his end zone again.
this is Colorado. This is Air Force. This is in Colorado.
Yeah,
that's Hawaii.
It's higher in Colorado. It's higher altitude.
But that was in Hawaii. They was playing Hawaii in that game.
Hawaii's
right, Hawaii is very
wet.
dry. And this one right here, Colorado. I mean, you
it's an island.
Seconds. That's about what we normally see in college, a 1.5 to 1.6.
And there's the step into the snap, and there's another laser inside the 10. Davis is going to return this one, has a move, and has a nice return.
I mean, Crypto can probably kick these 70 yards in Colorado.
That one was Air Force. That was against Air Force.
I know, that's in Colorado.
Retreats,
Air Force Academy, that's in Colorado Springs.
So dangerous when he reverses field like this, but wrestled down at the 25. Good kick coverage.
5-yard gain.
Who made the play? Matt Ariza, Chris. Made the tackle.
Tackle like a linebacker.
He's terrible.
And then rallying the tackle
like
after
a
the pass is thrown. Long field goal attempt here for Matt Ariza. From 51, got the big leg.
He kicks field goals too.
Yeah, he's a dual purpose guy.
Yeah, I seen him kick out.
So he could be our Jason Tucker and Reggie Ruby wrapped in one.
Now the
Our
field
punter
goal
and our
kicking
field
is
goal
something
kicker.
that that impresses me because that's we can save a position with that guy.
That's what I'm saying. He's dual purpose.
I'm sold.
We got Reggie
another
Ruby
wide receiver
and
because of that
Justin
guy.
Tucker wrapped in one.
Hey,
I'm sold.
Sanders will never miss a field goal again because he'll feel the pressure, bro. He knows.
I don't know. I don't see him holding the ball. I only see him.
We're giving him his bus ticket. Sanders.
Well, if he's the punter and the kicker, is he going to hold the ball for himself?
That would be pretty. If that guy don't need a holder too, then yeah, he's got the job. He only
I
gets
know.
the job. He doesn't need anyone to hold the ball.
That's why they brought Strendler in to be the holder.
Not going to get that far, but a really good ball.
He nailed that one, man.
My goodness.
That was a 51-yarder, man.
Job.
That
That wasn't a
the
51
cameraman is a terrible.
That was a terrible job. He loses his job. He'd probably get an extension by Stephen Ross over here.
I love how Chris is like 70 yards.
No, listen,
I'm sure he can kick. I'm sure he can kick bombs even in Miami. But it would be interesting if, like, 5 years from now, we look at the guy's stats and y'all are like, "Damn, Color, his home splits are like totally bad, man. Like he's terrible at home."
Well, I don't.
Well, we're going to be scoring. We're going to be scoring on every possession at home. We don't need them in our home building.
And anything is better than
need them on the road.
You'd be like, in other words, we'll all still love him, but you'll be like, you know what, Color, you were right though. His home splits are terrible.
Color, we're not going to need them at home. We're going to be scoring on every possession at home.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Crypto. You guys are already signing up for losing football. I don't want to spend all that draft capital in a punter. Fuck that.
We're only going to need them on the road in bad weather.
I'm gonna need, you know what I need my punter to do?
We need them for the Buffalo Bill games.
You know what I want my punter to do? I want my punter really good at holding the ball for the extra points. That's what I want. I want a really good punter that can hold the ball very good for extra points. That's all I need him to do.
Hey, honestly,
it's actually pretty shitty to be a punter on a good team because you can't rack up your own stats.
What were you thinking when you kicked that shit like 80 yards, bro? For real, that's just crazy.
No, listen, Buddy's got a cannon of a foot.
The hang time was almost 7 seconds.
I know he can put it up there, but
that's crazy.
7-second hang time.
Hey, Crypto, I think we're swaying the panel, Crypto.
But what you notice a lot is that he's behind like the 15-yard line. He can put everything he's got into it. What you're gonna need for that possession battle that you guys are talking about is him to be punting a ball at like his 40 and pinning him. He did show some discretion and was good at putting it from side to side, like being on the left side of the field and putting it all the way to the right, getting a forward roll to get the long punts. That's good. I'll have to look at more tape to see him set coffin covers or put backspins or deaden him into the ground.
Let me ask you guys a question. Now that we know
he does that in his sleep, Chris.
Wait. Now that we know,
if he does that in his sleep, I want to see the video.
Listen, now I know McDaniel is a
all
guru.
Right.
I want to know something. First of all, the punter gets points for me because he wears an arm sleeve, right? The guy dresses like a football player. Now, let me ask a question. I wonder, can he throw too? Because if you do a fake punt, you can throw 30 yards with good, bro.
Oh,
that guy's golden.
If he does fake punts, that'd be icing on the cake right there.
It's been so many times.
Cherry on the Sunday if he gets fake field goals and fake punts.
Listen, I don't think they could use him as a weapon, I'm sure, but I mean, we've seen this team use punters and kickers to throw touchdowns and catch touchdowns.
I don't think Mike McDaniels don't have to unlock him. It wouldn't be no need to unlock him. He's already unlocked.
We need a Pat McAfee. That's a Pat McAfee, bro.
I just can't imagine drafting a punter in like the 3rd round, guys. It would really bother me.
It's happened before.
I got it.
The punters have been drafted as the highest in 3rd round.
I get it. It's just
it's been a while.
This team bereaved of offensive weaponry and everything, and a couple
pieces on
defense.
Chris, we already got an offensive pick on our 2 picks. The 3rd round,
drafted Reggie Roby in the 6th round.
Finalize a special team.
Oh, he's definitely ain't gonna be in the 6th round. If he survived that long, then NFL's sleeping.
I'm not saying the guy ain't worth whatever pick he gets, but but on a team that needs a lot
Listen,
on offense.
I will pick him
guys.
at the 29th pick if push comes to shove.
Oh no, that's nonsense. Now you're talking rubbish.
Yeah. 29th pick. He better come with a freaking goal.
I would say
there were less
I would
teams
say that
picking
we're
back
one
then,
punter
so-
You better
away.
be kicking,
Well,
you
real
better
quick,
be
there
kicking
were
sacks
less
$100
teams picking
bills
back
to my
then.
house if we pick them in the freaking
Right, there was
first
only
pick.
28 teams
We're not
picking
just
back
a
then.
quarterback
So,
away. We're one punter away, Color. We're
Oh,
one
Crypto,
punter away from
Crypto, there was only 28 teams picking back then, so it would have been more like the 4th round. It was pick number 167 overall.
Hey,
Yeah,
that we got Reggie Roby.
Hey, it took Color to go back and count how many teams were picking.
Got you, Color. You know you counted.
Holy
That's
shit.
just common knowledge.
Color
There was
like,
only
in
28 teams in the NFL in 1983.
Well, then you
was
whipped
We
out the
drafted.
calculator.
Look, we
Hey,
listen
Color,
to this.
Color,
We drafted
Color.
Roby the same year as Marino, and there
Hey,
was only
Color,
28
Color.
teams in the NFL
I know,
at
I
the
know.
time.
Color's going to give you Color's next stat. In 1915, there were 10 teams. He would have been picked in the 55th round.
Actually, it was more like 1922, but you're not far off.
Yeah, John, get your dates right, bro.
The 30th pick was the 7th round.
And before the advent of the NFL, there wasn't the original first team to go undefeated was the Chicago
Actually,
Cardinals.
word on the street, back then they used to get into a big old ring and mud wrestle to the death to find out who went first round. So that's where it was done in Cleveland. That's why they still do it there.
Hey, Mitch, a question. Did the cheerleaders get a championship belt?
I mean,
cheerleader against cheerleader. Our cheerleader would win a championship belt if she won the first pick.
you know what? I haven't scouted the talent. Honestly, I'll have to delve deep into that, Big John.
You wouldn't be married if you were dealing with the talent.
I'm gonna have to scout the talent and give an honest, very forthcoming evaluation.
They had a show. They had a show depicting and talking about the Miami Heat dancers. Listen, I swear to God, I wouldn't have a daughter right now. I would have lost my mind if I had to scout talent for the Miami Heat.
You know what? I've actually been waiting to hear back from my LinkedIn account. I've been putting that in every 6 months. One of these days, guys.
What happened with your LinkedIn account?
Nothing. I'm trying to get a job as a talent scout for the
V
Miami
for Vendetta
Heat.
happened.
Oh,
yeah. What are you talking about? I'm just resending
would
the
have to be
application
dedicated.
again.
Well, Chris, I'm gonna
You
have
have
to
to
make
be
a phone call
dedicated.
to Nikki Harrison for you then.
Please, God.
Your
Traveling's fine. That's fine.
Your wife would kill you, bro.
Nah, she'd be cool with it, man. You guys know how cool she is. She's cooler. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. She'd be cool.
Stephanie
She'd be like,
Brown. Good. We're in.
She's real cool. She's cool. Stop.
She's cool. I know.
So you know what? I was gonna say earlier, we kind of got off topic. As you guys could see, it happens a lot around here. There is draft prospects coming up. We are talking about drafting punters in the 3rd round, which seems to be everybody's on board. I'm not feeling it. Give me the punter in the 5th round.
5th round.
He's not gonna be there.
He ain't gonna be there.
We're not a punter away
That's
around
like-
here, guys.
Yes, we are. I'm saying
He's
it
not
now.
going to be there.
I didn't
so you're
say get
saying
him.
what?
I
You
said
did-
get a punter in the 5th round. I don't
You
care
did what?
punter
5?
you get.
Nah.
Crypto, you said you did 5 mock drafts. You said
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
he was
I
gone.
don't
what,
see
all
anybody.
3?
Believe it or not, as
Yeah, he
much
was
as
gone.
you might think it's true, I don't see anybody. Like really, even the Rams struggled to win the Super Bowl. I don't think any team is a punter away. I think he's going to fall to the 5th or 6th
I
round.
think he's gonna.
To
If
be
he
honest
gets
with
The
you.
Dolphins is color. We
I
are
think
a
he
punter
might go
away
in the
color.
4th round, but I don't see. There's just I can't imagine a punter going in the 3rd round. I'm not saying that it doesn't
Hey,
happen,
color.
guys.
Color, you fail to realize the Dolphins is a punter away. He's the cherry on the
Oh,
top.
I know a punter and a quarterback, but we could get Randall Cunningham and take care of 2 birds with 1 stone.
Ooh.
Hey,
Is
maybe
he Randall
he can
Cunningham?
throw some passes.
Are we talking Randall Cunningham type punter here?
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
punted a 95-yarder out of a short out of a shotgun,
listen.
basically.
Hey, listen. Hold on real quick. All bullshit aside, straight up. I do not want to see that kid throw a football because he might take to his job, bro. If he throws the way he kicks.
See, that's sad right there.
Right.
Is that the reality is that
Johnny
punters
Hecker
can throw the ball better
We
than
don't
the
want him to do
quarterback.
that, Big John.
No, that's
Right.
Johnny Hecker, an actual quarterback playing
Now I
punter.
really want to see him throw.
Yeah, we don't. We want him to just kick it because if he starts throwing it like he kicks,
Just kick. That's gonna be his
it's
new
crazy.
motto. Just kick it.
Let's kick it.
Oh,
He'd be throwing it further than Mahomes if he throw like he kicked.
See,
Oh
this is
my
why you
God!
need me
Who
on the
throws the
show.
ball like Mahomes? If he kicks the ball like he throws it, or throws it like he kicks it, whatever you want to
You
say.
know what, Chris?
I will draft him in the third round.
Chris, I'm gonna stop coming on your show. You know why?
Why's
I
that?
love you. I might stop coming on because every time I come on, I fuck up the entire progress of the show that you had lined up, bro.
You know what? It's all right.
And everything went left field, bro.
Well, I mean, geez, Louise, bro. We're talking about a punter in the third round. If we're sitting here with our bevy of riches after free agency, and we've knocked the first 2.5 rounds out of the park, yeah, toss me in a crazy old punter over here. I don't care. But dude, man, we got real problems. We need offensive line help.
Well, okay, but the reason why I said punter in the third round is because I expect Miami to take care of both the running back, the wide receiver, and the offensive line in free agency. I don't need any more rookies on this team. If you want a receiver, there are receivers to be gotten. If you want an offensive lineman, look, that offensive lineman, the left guard from San Francisco, you might as well book it. He's going to come to Miami. So
the left guard?
Yes.
Lakeson or Lakin or whatever the heck his name
Yes.
is.
How much that gonna cost?
I agree
Yes.
with you. I agree with you. He's a perfect.
How much
does
he cost, Big John?
He's not that expensive.
He's not going to be as expensive as you
6
think.
mil.
You can get him cheap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
you can.
dude, this
Yeah,
radio
you can get
started
him
in the
cheap.
background,
That's
scared
fine.
the shit out of me.
I'm all about cheap. Who we talking about? Another.
He's not going to
quarterback?
be cheap, but he's not going to be expensive. He's going
No,
to
he
get
said the guard from San
He's
Francisco.
a guard from San Francisco. It's
But what if San Francisco offers him $10
or
million?
whatever the heck his name is.
Trust me, bro. He's coming over here, bro.
I agree. I think
Those
that's a
guys
target.
might outbid us, Big John.
That'd be a good move.
Francisco?
I can imagine. I told this to a Mike on the mic. I can imagine the Dolphins taking Armstead and this guy, revamping the left side of the line. Then you go and you move Dieter to right guard. You move Hunt to right tackle, and you get yourself Jensen. You have a brand new offensive line, bro. And it didn't take
You give me Jensen. Yeah, hell yeah.
You're done. And then if you're going to get a running back, Leonard Fournette's going to cost you what, $7 million a year, $8 million. You
No, I
have
don't
your
want
running
for
back.
that.
You have.
He's washed
you have,
up.
Listen, bro. Listen, in that zone scheme.
I'm afraid that one of these times Leonard Fournette's going to sign a contract, and he's just not going to be the same Leonard Fournette because he made enough money. I know now he's
That's
got
my biggest fear.
That's my biggest fear.
I don't
Crypto.
understand you people.
Okay.
I don't understand you people. You don't want Kenneth Walker. You don't want Leonard Fournette.
Wait.
What do you want?
I didn't wait. If I had to
We
pick
want
a running
Brees
back,
Hall.
Cap. If I had to pick a running back, it's either going to be Brees Hall or it's going to be Spiller. That's what I would pick.
And those are
Cap,
top five,
Cap,
right?
he
Those are
fell
top
to me in one of my mock drafts already. Brees Hall did.
Do it. I don't understand why we can't do it.
Yeah, he's viable. He'll be available.
Yeah, I
We
don't
need a
think
running
that's what
back.
they're going to do.
That should be the only running back.
If he was there, you wouldn't take him?
Yeah.
I would take. Listen, I'm all about giving as many weapons as they can get at right now because to me, weapons and offensive line is what this team needs in spades. Unless there's a
they
top
cannot draft an
linebacker,
offensive line, though.
unless
We
there's a
can't go
top
young like that.
linebacker
But
that
listen,
they can get,
listen,
that's where you should go.
listen. Here's the reason why I didn't say running back. All right. Listen, let's use logic here. There's Leonard Fournette, who he might like McDaniel. There outside of Fournette, you're gonna bring back Lindsey. Okay, that's
Mozart too.
Mozart is
Mozart,
most likely
yeah.
gonna get. The Dolphins are probably gonna go after him because he loves that guy.
Not only
Those
that, I
look-
think they can get him
name
for a right amount of money, and I could
But that's
see
what I'm
San
saying.
Francisco with
So
the
at the
backs
end
they
of the
already
day-
have moving
At
on.
the end of the day, you have two running backs. I'd rather, if I had to pick, if I have Mozart and I have Lindsey, if I had to pick a running back, I want a different type of running back. I'm going to take Fournette over anybody else. Fournette is an animal. He's literally a beast running the football. He's like, what, 6'4"? He looks like he's 6'4", dude. And he runs like a beast. He can run through you. I saw that guy carry a guy for 5 yards earlier, dude. All we want is to get 4. We're dying to get 4 yards to carry. He carried a human on his back for 5. So let's use logic here. If you're not going to take a running back in the first round, you need to trade back. So if you're going to trade back, if you're going to fix your problems in free agency? Let's just say you get the left guard, the left tackle. Like I said, my dream scenario for the offensive line would be Armstead, the guy from San Francisco, the guard, Armstead, and at right tackle, Trent Brown. You give me Trent Brown at right tackle, you can plug in Hunt at right guard, and you're done, dude. You're done. You got an offensive line brand new. Tua is not going to have pressure for the next 10 years. That's the most important. Nothing in this draft is more important, or this season is more important than offensive line. Even if we don't get a receiver. I don't care if we don't grab a receiver. I'm fine.
I do care about that part.
No. But if you tell me don't grab a receiver or don't grab offensive lineman, I'm going to take all the offensive linemen and we can go with the same receiving core, as opposed to getting a different receiving core and having no offensive line. I don't care how many Calvin Ridleys you bring me. If we're going to use the same offensive line, we're going to die either way.
No, you got to have improvement in the offensive line.
That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter. If you improve it, even with the same squad, if you get better wide receiver, you're going to have better production.
Exactly.
So with that,
guys, with Cincinnati, they was only ranked 22nd, and they had elite wide receivers, and they did okay.
With that,
you only need a 22nd ranked offensive line.
I'm gonna work in a closing question, but before I do, guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, checking out all the shows. We got Tonk TMI Tuesday. Hold on, guys. There's a lot going on over here. We got Tonk TMI Tuesdays tomorrow at 9 with color on there with Tonk T at Tonk 7. And then right after that, you guys got open mic with Mike on the mic. And you guys can also catch Mike on the mic on Saturdays with Drop the Mic. Thursdays, late night color commentary, 10 o'clock. You guys can catch color over here. Cash in tickets on a hiatus. We'll get back to it here soon enough, guys. Don't worry. The Fins Tailgate, Venmo at the Fins Tailgate, Cash App. Also, guys, you can catch El Capitan all the time doing it. As you guys know, keep your notifications on, like the show, like the channel. Also, if you guys are looking for sports apparel, hit the link. If you guys like the microphone that I have or Mike has, we have a link in the description below. A couple of links, guys. Always, if you're buying stuff, check it out. I'm telling you, we got good hookups. So, guys, say we are picking up a free agent wide receiver. No trades, just picking up one free agent wide receiver. Who would be your target player? And I'll start with you, Cap.
Oh, man. I mean, if I had to, and we had a lot of money, or we had a little bit of money left, does it matter?
This free agent wide receiver, if it was your big buy, it's your big buy. If it's your small buy, it's your small buy. You can pick somebody you think that, the Dolphins would make best use out of. Right now they got, I don't want to say infinite money, but there's not a wide receiver on the market they can't afford right now. So
I'll try to get Mike Williams. If not Mike Williams, I'll try to, crap. I don't know. That's a good question.
I like the Mike Williams. The Mike Williams is a good pick. I like that, Cap. Cap, make sure to come back tomorrow, man, for Talk TMI, bro.
Hey, you guys have a good night, man. Thanks a lot, man. Stay safe, everybody.
Later, Cap.
All right, Cap.
Brian, what about wide receiver free agent? Who are you thinking?
You're talking to me?
No, Brian. I said Brian.
What top free agent?
Yeah, for free agent wide receiver. If the Dolphins were going to spend, it could be spend big. It could be the perfect fit. No trades, just a free agent wide receiver. Who are you thinking?
If it's not Mike Williams, maybe Mike Gallup.
or an Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, yeah, that's a good pick. I think Allen Robinson fits anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, can't really lose with an Allen Robinson pick. All right, thanks, Brian. We'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure, buddy. Man, thanks for coming in, bro. Oh, sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Sorry, man. I was trying to time it just perfect.
You did that shit on purpose.
I didn't. No, I see you, Brian. There he is right there. Say goodbye, Brian.
All right, have a good one.
Later, brother.
All right, Brian.
I hope that's not your wig, bro.
What are you thinking, Crypto, as far as a free agent wide receiver that's available on the market? That wouldn't be.
Of course, you guys know I want to. Can you hear me? Kush, you already know I want to completely overhaul the entire room because we have a China cabinet as a wide receiver room. So I will start since I'm only keeping Hollins and Waddle as the two pass catchers.
And Bolden.
And not even Bolden because I don't think he's consistent enough. I'm going completely brand new. So I'm picking up 5 brand new receivers. 3 of them will be via the draft and 2 will be free agency. And the 2 free agent pickups, I want everybody sleeping on Cedric Wilson. He's ranked number 32. He's ranked 32nd in the wide receiver and 34 in some other categories as well. So I'm looking at Wilson and I'm looking at the other guy, Christian Kirk, because I want to kind of keep it young and fresh. So those are my big ones because I will pay big for Williams, but I think the Chargers is going to keep him. They're going to tag him or something. They're going to do something on that Sunday and break all our hearts. And he not even going to be on the market even at the free agency start period. So kind of like how everybody was clamoring for Rodgers. I mean, what's his name for Green Bay, that running back. Everybody wanted
Aaron
him.
Jones.
And Aaron Jones signed that immediately. As soon as the free agent bell rung, he immediately signed with the Packers, and everybody was clamoring for him. Yeah, everybody was clamoring for him, and everybody was clamoring for the Lindsey as well. Lindsey was supposed to be the big grab on the offensive line, and then we started bargain bin, basement shopping, and ended up getting Fiddle shopping. In the checkout aisle, we start picking up guys in the checkout aisle and studying
the clearance aisle.
Yeah, where you go get that last that piece of bubble gum on your way in the checkout. That's what we did.
It's down low. It gets the attention of children. I understand.
Is what you call it. Hopefully, Greer don't do that this year's approach. If he does that, then instead of being 13-4, Big John will be 4-13.
All right, Crypto. So I thank you, man. I appreciate you coming by, Crypto. We'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, man.
Later. Big John, free agent wide receiver.
Well, if it was me, I like what he said about. Well, see, I'm a little different. I'm keeping Bolden over here. So for me, it would be Bolden, Waddle, Collins. I don't have an issue. Like I said, if it was me, I'm the only one that I can hear right now clamoring for Will Fuller, but I will take Will Fuller in a heartbeat if he's healthy and he wants to play. It all goes back to if he wants to play. If Will Fuller wants to play for this team and this regime, I will take Will Fuller and I will take Calvin Ridley, and I am a happy camper, and I swear to God I'll be cheering from here to your crib.
Wow, Will Fuller, really?
Yes, because if you really want to, wow, holy shit, that was crazy. I just think I had a V for Vendetta moment right there. I'm sorry.
I seen that.
But if Will Fuller, because what Will Fuller brings at every level, if he wants to play, you're not going to get from anybody for the most part, except for Godwin, as far as stretching the field. And he can run the entire route tree. So I know how bad his finger was. I know it was shattered to shit thanks to Jacoby Brissett. But if he wants to play from a skill standpoint and how he dictates coverage just by being on the field, you can't beat that. Because if I tell you right now you have Calvin Ridley, even if you didn't have Calvin Ridley, let's say that instead of Calvin Ridley, you have Will Fuller and you grabbed Allen Robinson. How do you defend that? How do you literally defend that? You can't defend that. Like, there's no way. You're not going to go one-on-one with Allen Robinson. You're going to lose the whole game. He's going to have 20 receptions. And if you go one-on-one with Jalen Waddle, you're going to get destroyed. And you can't let Will Fuller go one-on-one. He's going to run by every cornerback on your team.
I could see buying 2 wide receivers being a good answer, but it's one we're buying. So Will Fuller's the buying wide receiver?
Well, Will Fuller, you don't really have to buy. He's part of the team. He would be a resign, and to me, I would.
So you're saying the big buy would be Robinson and the little buy with the package deal. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I could see them swinging that financially. I could also see Will Fuller willing to play ball with the Dolphins
Because I think he'll like Mike McDaniel. I think if we put any stock into what Albert Wilson said, that he had been in the NFL for 9 years and he's never seen a dysfunctional situation and never been in a building where you couldn't talk to somebody next to you, I can only imagine Will Fuller was like, I signed up for this shit. I broke my finger twice, bro. I'm not coming back. I wouldn't want to come back either.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of talk about Will Fuller wanting to give up on football, and maybe it wasn't so much of him quitting on football as much as he didn't want to play on that kind of football team. Who knows?
That's what
like
I'm
I
saying.
said, I think more of that stuff's going to come out over the course of this lawsuit for sure.
And I think that because of the fact that he works out to perform, because he works out with Tua,
that's right.
A good possibility.
That's the connection. That's the connection I make. That's the connection I make between him and Bowden and the few others that work out there. If there's something else of a camaraderie, excuse me, it's getting late, that I could see playing a little bit more into. I mean, if Tua says to Mike McDaniel, hey, listen, I think Will Fuller will play and he'll play this way, and I think we can work it out. If there's some kind of finance, yes. And believe me, bro, that's the correlations I make to your argument. Color, I'm not going to let you get off just yet, John. Color, what about wide receiver for you, bro?
You popped on. You can't get off.
Yeah. I'll throw a name out there nobody's mentioned yet at all. Probably get him for fairly cheap. Probably get him for fairly cheap.
Jakeem Grant.
No, he's had an on and off career, but needs to probably just have a decent, team to be with. But how about John Ross from the Giants?
I could see that being good. He definitely can stretch the field, that's for sure.
His catch percentage is a little low, but it's improved. His best year was last year on the long ball. But they highly underutilized everywhere he's been.
I agree. I can see that. I don't know. Doesn't John
Ross
get nicked up often, though?
He's only like 27 or something.
Hasn't John Ross been injured?
Probably.
Often, yeah. I think John Ross, loses a lot of. Maybe as a cheap option.
Although I could see Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk seems like.
Listen, I've been pounding the Christian Kirk drum since season. I'm like, that's the kind of wide receiver I want. I see young talent like that. I want to buy that. The guy I would say, and this is all kind of what you got to remember. It's a quick passing game offense. Somebody that could come in day one that I think that they could get the most bang for their buck as far as Mike McDaniel getting a weapon toy he wants to give to scheme with Waddle already on the team, paying decent money and not breaking the bank. I'm thinking Juju Smith-Schuster. And I know that might be a little controversial, but he's still young. He's only 25. There's been some immaturity stuff. You guys forget it was a few years ago when he was lighting it up because he was everyone was double teaming Antonio Brown all day, and he was getting those big plays all over.
I'm not far-fetched. He's probably the best blocking receiver out of those.
That's right. And I think about what the necessaries are for this scheme, Juju Smith-Schuster can stay on the field, get his hands on someone, and drive him upfield for blocking. Him with Waddle and Mac Hollins, if it's a running play, you're good. If it's a passing play, you're good. And
That
that's what
seems like the most logical move is Juju because of the blocking ability.
That's right. That's what
Hey, think of it this way.
And he's worth all the money you're going to pay him because of that.
Mike McDaniel says he's not on social media. That motherfucker will learn TikTok with Juju in the building.
I'm sure he's already got TikTok or something, bro. I'm sure he's got it. All right, guys. I'm gonna drop you guys. Well, I'm not gonna drop nobody in the bag. I'm done, guys. Make sure you guys are liking the page on your way out, guys. Come back tomorrow for Talk TMI Tuesday and Mike on the mic. Go check out Fanatics. Hit the link if you're buying any apparel. We're gonna be having some of the TFTG stuff in the links here real soon. Got some new episodes coming at you, a couple of good things, some new stuff on the horizon from the Fins Tailgate. Help us get over 1,000 subscribers, guys. We're going to be doing some great giveaways once we get over 1,000. Make sure that you guys are hitting the like button on the way out. This is Tailgate Party. It never stops. I'm El Capitan. Peace out, everybody.